Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Let's go. It's time for Sedano and Cap.
A little sabor. And we're going to just nosh.
It is George Sedano. It is Scott Kaplan. Sedano and Cap is on for your Friday afternoon.
I'm going to have to say respectfully, I'm going to disagree.
Okay, why is that?
I don't know.
Here we go, May 9th edition of the LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Ball knowers.
Sedano, Cappy's here, and Mike Trudell.
Ball knowers.
Exactly right. By the way, let's relive the best moment of the week. Maybe the best moment of the week. When it got a little choppy between Sedano and Cap.
Hey, listen, I'm not telling you it was bad. I'm not telling you that
I mean, you said you fell asleep.
Well,
That's not ideal.
A better way of saying it would be I became hypnotized. I was listening rather than contributing. Prior to that, the first 35 minutes of the conversation, I'm in.
Right,
the last
because we
5
were
minutes,
talking nonsense.
Right, the last 5 minutes when it got too deep into like what moves might happen.
Deeper. Remember, like Axel Foley said, you got to get deep, deep, deep undercover in Beverly Hills Cop?
I'm only deep undercover?
Yes, you're not deep, deep, deep.
Got to get 3 levels of deep.
Correct.
Understood.
Gosh, that's great to relive that. Let's do it. The LA Afternoon Drive Takeover.
Hey, Jerusalem Cherry.
He likes to lay the wood.
Yeah.
You say Kikuchi.
Wacky forced radio stunt of the year. Ha
Christopher can go to hell.
Oh, nothing worse than the horse.
Nah, man, black don't crack.
Benjamin Pratt is like, how do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger. Hey, these Hard Knocks guys are all over me right now. It's like I'm back in Dayton. You are a bit killer.
Because you got to talk about sperm?
I mean, look at me. I'm a hot piece of ass. I mean, look at him.
Ia Maliava. Because I thought it was like, I'm a leaving.
I'm on with Sedano.
Oh, ball knowers.
Sedano and Cap, your Friday afternoon right now.
Boom, bean up. Oh, look! Listen to him. Listen. Bean, ba da ba. Listen to him. Boom, bean up, bean da da. Yeah. Bean da da. Come on, Michael. Bean, bean up. Yeah. Boom, bean up. I love the backup. Boom, bean up. Makes such a difference. Boom, ba da ba ba da ba. Yeah.
Hello, Cappy. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Georgie.
Yeah.
Ball knowers.
Ball know. We got some ball knowers in the house today, boy.
Yeah, no doubt.
George, give me a little preview now. Where your head's at? It's 3:18 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Tip off tonight between Oklahoma City and Denver, 7:00 local time.
7 o'clock LA time, yes.
Yep. So 8 o'clock your time in Denver. Mike, if you want any John Denver, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High, just ask DeAndre. It's his favorite song, so don't worry about it. We've got that for you, Mike.
No, thanks.
No, you really a guy who's wearing a shirt that says A Tribe Called Quest doesn't want some John Denver all up in this? Biatch! Really?
What is he doing? What are you doing, Cap?
It's Friday. I'm feeling kind of funny.
What I'm trying to do is pull up the live stream so that I can look and see what you're wearing.
Me?
Yeah.
I just wear a standard blue T-shirt.
Yeah, I just like to look at you.
Yeah, take a look at me because you know what they say about me, don't you? You know what they say about me?
What?
That I'm a hot piece of ass.
Oh, that's right.
Right. So, George, tonight, big game.
Yeah.
Big game.
Big game on both games, actually. Cleveland game is big. I actually think the Cavs, at the very least, will cover today. I think if they're I think they can win. If I think they can cover, I think they can win because it's only a 4.5-point spread at the moment. Indiana's a 4.5-point favorite. And I think tonight's game and my game is 5.5. I won't give an outright prediction, but I expect a close game in both games.
Okay. All right. Anything today? Like I was seeing some video from the shoot around earlier. Were you there? Were you?
I was there.
Anything interesting to contribute?
Yeah, we talked to Jalen Williams, me and Jonesy and Jay after shoot around today. Chatted with Lou Dort a little bit. I told Lou Dort I voted for you for Defensive Player of the Year.
By the way, Cappy, the Cavs have been George, the Cavs have been favored to win this game all week.
I don't believe that's the
case. Yeah, it was 3.5 yesterday, and today it's 4.5.
Is it they're the 4.5-point favorite?
Correct.
Oh, no, you're right. Wow.
Makes sense. They got the desperation, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought they were the underdogs.
And if they play, and if they got the three guys back healthy, which it sounds like
maybe
they're all going to play.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So you told Lou Dort that you voted for him for Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, because we were talking about, Mark Jones brought up, like, can we get, I think we're going to get you on the all-defensive team this year. And I said, yeah, and I voted for you. I voted for you number one, Depoy. I showed it to him.
Really?
Right? Yeah.
And was he appreciative of that?
He was very appreciative. He's like, oh, man, well, hopefully we'll get there one day. And I'm like, I think you might.
Okay. Is there any chance at all, that Lou Dort has the possibility of becoming a post-game interview?
Oh, I mean, if OKC wins, I'd be stunned if we don't have Shea. As
okay, I'm just saying that just gotta let people know.
And if
there is always a chance.
Let's say he hits 5 threes and then he hits the biggest one of the game or something.
Right, like a game winner, like a buzzer beater. Yeah, then he could be the interview.
And if that happens, then he's going to be in George's aura.
But he doesn't have shoes.
It doesn't matter. What he does have is he has knowledge that George did something for him. And so, like, in other words, if it wasn't George, let's say it was me, okay, and I didn't offer that I voted for him for Defensive Player of the Year, and they were like, hey, we got to get you over here. You got to do this post-game interview. He's like, who with who? Him? No, I'm not doing that with him. But with George, you're like, aw, he voted for me. What a sweetie.
George is planting the seed.
He is. It's a good move. I got to tell you.
Favor.
Well, it's also the truth. I mean, he's going to be able to see it at some point. I mean, all this stuff is going to become transparent pretty soon.
Oh, really?
So.
The players see who voted?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Everybody will be able to see who voted for who.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, that stuff I would say going back now, probably almost 15 years they've been doing that. Where it's
really?
It's transparent, yeah.
All right. So that's what you visited with Dort.
We talked to Dort. They were playing Luther Vandross for a team that's average age is 24 years old. They were playing some Luther Vandross today.
What song? Can you recall which song it was?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Can you sing it to us a little bit?
No, because I don't remember what the song was.
Oh, come on, man.
But if I look up some Luther Vandross songs, I probably will remember.
DeAndre,
but anyway, long story short, Mark Jones walked up.
It was probably Endless Love.
No, it was not. It was...
Cappy, what if they were just listening to Endless Love?
I mean, that would be phenomenal.
Never too much.
Never too much. That's what it was.
Oh,
it was
give it to me.
Too much.
Oh, hell yeah.
Never too much.
Yeah,
never too much. Never too much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when they were just shooting at the end, this is what was playing.
Of course. It's an iconic song right here.
Yeah.
And then
DeAndre, you like this song better than John Denver?
So
hell yeah, come on,
Case and Wallace and Lou Dort were shooting at the corner right where we were standing.
Yeah.
And Case and Wallace, who's like 22, was was singing the lyrics. And Mark Jones, he did what we do to DeAndre all the time. He's like, "Yo, Kaysen, what you know about Luther Vandross, man?" and he started laughing. He's like, "Oh man, my mom plays this song all the time." And
that's great.
Like, oh, okay.
That is great, man.
But it was funny because unprovoked, he did to Case and Wallace what we do to DeAndre.
I love it. That's awesome, man. Right on. All right, so you're all good. You're ready to rock and roll. Have you stolen any fashion ideas from Michael Trudell here? Like, remember?
No. I'm going with I'm going like a two-tone look. I'm going with like a jacket that has some. It's like I would say it's like a winish color with like some blue undertones, and then like some navy blue pants.
You going tie?
I think I'm. Yeah, of course wear a tie.
Well, you don't always wear a tie. Sometimes you
turtleneck.
Yeah.
No, we got to wear ties. Well, turtleneck is the only other option. But yeah. And then the tie. I don't remember what color the tie is. I'd have to go back and look.
What do you mean you don't remember the tie? That's the most important part, dude. The tie.
I mean, I can look for. Hold on.
All right, hold on.
Talk amongst yourselves.
I know I'm going to do play-by-play.
You have to wear a tie?
Yeah, we have to wear a tie.
I have never not worn a tie, and it's sort of. I think it's generally understood, right? That if you're. Yeah.
No. Our boss, Tim Corrigan, is like, you got to wear a tie.
But there are a couple broadcasts that have shifted from that, like the Celtics TV. They don't.
Oh
wear
yeah, they're
ties.
like super casual.
They wear like polos.
zip ups.
Yeah. So
they were like zip ups.
I like it. I mean, it's not.
I don't mind
comfortable
it
on the flight home. You know, when I'm in my suit for 3 hours or whatever.
hold on.
But you know,
All right, hold on. Here, I'm going to do play-by-play. George takes his headphones off. He puts them down. He stands up. He goes to the closet in his hotel room. It's to the right of the bar. The bar is brown, but it has a lot of liquid refreshments on the top of it. There's a coffee machine. There's a light. There are K-cups. Sedano is back.
Tie. It's a purple tie.
Oh, and he's back, and he's
then
giving
the
us
shoes
purple
will be the
tie.
purple LeBrons. Remember the
Oh,
ones?
oh.
Those.
see, good. They're matching the shoes and the tie. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
Any pocket
you,
square?
Pocket square will match the bluish pattern that is on the wine colored jacket. Yes, like a dark blue, like
George,
a
that
navy blue.
That looks like the hotel that we stay at.
It is the hotel you stay
Okay,
at. Yep.
so make sure on your way out, ask for the toffee, like the milk chocolate toffee.
No, he
that
doesn't
they
do milk
have
chocolate. You know, it's
in
for
the lot.
children.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
it
so
is
good.
delicious. We've had it. We went to a restaurant yesterday called Garden Grace. Have you ever eaten that when you're here?
No, but
you need to go.
I hope they took care of you if you give them this free.
They
Pop-Tart.
did. They sent us a the meal took a little longer than we expected. The meal was delicious. It's my second time there. And they're big fans of ESPN, so they gave us some free desserts and like a free appetizer too on top.
What kind of restaurant is it? What kind of restaurant is it?
It's like a steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah, but like like one of those fancy steakhouses, like seafood stuff, and like has some like cool like fusion stuff, like Asian fusion stuff. It was good.
Producer with you guys? Producer there?
Producer and director. Yeah.
Okay, because that usually when that happens, producer's there. He gets to pick up the bill, right?
Correct.
Yes. Right. Producer picks it up. He expenses it.
Yep.
And the rest of you guys order whatever you want.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, it's on his bill. Let him put the expense report in.
Well, what I'm happy to see though is that the way that you guys were going after each other, during Super Crosstalk.
You mean when we called each other jerk
By the way,
faces?
not just producer director, also spotter, Cappy,
Yeah,
Cappy,
spotter.
and the AD as well. So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow. So that's a big dinner last night.
Big dinner.
That's a big dinner.
Well, special guest appearance by Steve Mason there.
I saw him.
What do you think you forgot?
He probably forgot his sunglasses or his phone.
Nope, nailed it.
Yeah, sunglasses. He always forgets his sunglasses.
Yeah. Nice job, Cappy.
I saw him walking in all
So Cappy,
schlumpy.
I'm expecting two good games tonight. I'm expecting the Cavs and Pacers to be a good game. I'm expecting our game tonight to be a good game. That first quarter for a team coming in here is always tough because you feel it. I mean, I was walking up like a hill street today, and I was just like, when I got to the top, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you huff and puff up there, Jack.
Yeah.
I actually think tonight, I know everybody probably thinks like, hey, Cleveland's down 2-0. They got to make their comeback starting tonight. I think Indiana going home, again, I will always take the home team going home. Like tonight, I'm going to take Denver.
I'll take OKC, Cappy.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver tonight. I feel like Denver will come out and have the energy of the crowd. To your point, George, they've got the advantage of being acclimated. Their bodies all being acclimated to the height, to the altitude.
Yeah, because I don't think OKC's played here in a while. It was early in the season when they
Cappy,
played here.
Can I make the counter argument?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, when you're an elite team, we all can agree, OKC, like number one seed, all that. When you lose game 1 or 2 at home, you go into game 3 with a desperate, if you're a real team, a desperate type of energy to get home court back. You don't want to wait till game 4 for that. So I think we come out and we see a big OKC effort, and they get this one.
All right.
George,
I'm going to take all home teams.
Ball knowers.
All right, ball knowers.
George, you're there. You've talked to the coaches. You've talked to the players. Who's right?
I'll let you know after the game at around 10 o'clock Pacific time.
I expect a text, and the text will say, Cappy knows ball. He picked Denver.
All right, here's what we do. We're going to after I talk about Boogs, we'll start a side chat with Trudell and the crew, and we'll name it so that way Trudell knows.
Name it Ball Knowers.
Ball Knowers.
Ball
Right,
Knowers for
exactly.
sure.
And then
Ball Knowers.
And then that's it. And then Trudell will have a new chat that he has to deal with.
I told Lindsay earlier today, I'm of the opinion that we need to get T-shirts made immediately that say Ball Knowers.
Oh, Ball Knowers is a great T-shirt.
It's a great shirt. It says Ball Knowers, says Sedano Kap, 710.
Don't steal it for your merch. Your merch.
No, I don't
shop.
want it. It's ours. It's not Cappy Cast. It's Sedano and Kap. I don't want it.
Cappy,
Sure.
Hey, he doesn't have ball knowers on the Cappy Cast.
No, I have Ball Knowers on the Cappy Cast. I just don't want to take the T-shirt. It was originated here.
Well, it sounds like I'm going to be on this group text, and that's fine. I don't mind a group text. What I'm wondering is how often do Cappy and Sedano text just sort of, hey, what's up, bro? Oh, what are you doing today? Or do you save it for the air? Like, what's the
I
communication
don't know. We text
outside of the show?
I don't know. We text like a lot during the day. No?
Yeah, and talk and on the phone. Yeah, George is a caller, by the way.
Yeah,
you know,
much
a
easier.
lot of people are not callers anymore. I'm not usually an answerer.
I like to talk. I still like to talk on the phone. I don't do it as much, but that's more because I sense that other people don't like to talk as much on the phone as I do.
Yeah.
So, but George, I do talk to George on the phone sometimes.
Yeah. No, he's a caller.
I'm a phone person.
Yeah, you are a caller.
Yeah, often in the car, which is a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or on my hikes. Yeah. Hey, Mother's Day's almost here, guys. What are you waiting for, man? You got to get Mom some beautiful farm fresh flowers from Books. Look, Mom took care of you when you were sick. She got you some chicken soup. She made sure to take you to practice every day. What are you doing, man? You got to return the favor. This year, send her some farm fresh flowers from Books for a happy Mother's Day, and we'll hook you up 25% off with the promo code ESPN. Books just aren't any flowers, man. I told you, cut fresh from the best farms. Bigger, brighter, last way longer. Look, wow Mom with a bright, happy bouquet. Go to Books, short for bouquets. Books.com, BOUQS.com, promo code ESPN. And if you get the subscription, you can put the joy on repeat for Mother's Day, for her birthday, for all these things. It's very simple. And if you want to do a one-off, that's simple too. You pick your delivery date and you're good to go. You got a few days left. You don't have a lot of time, though. 25% off, promo code ESPN, Books.com, BOUQS.com. And while you're at it, if you're getting 25% off, grab some for your wifey, your auntie, and abuela too, okay? Your grandma. Look, guys, don't forget Mom, Mother's Day, May 11th. Order your Books now. Go to Books.com. Use the promo code ESPN, 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Books.com. Promo code ESPN. Books. Promo code ESPN.
ESPN LA is black and gold. Follow LAFC on the quest for trophies all season long. Every match, every pass, every goal.
Oh, Olivier! He drops to his knees and implores the heavens.
The home of LAFC is 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz and have thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Looking for an all-star deal on home comfort? Call Next Gen. For just $14.99 a month, you'll score year-round coverage on all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs. You heard that right. For just $14.99 a month, you'll experience year-round coverage and comfort. No unexpected timeouts, just total peace of mind. Next Gen members receive annual heating and AC tune-ups, water heater flushes, plumbing inspections, and more. Plus, unlock guaranteed 2-hour priority service appointments and unlimited free diagnostics for your friends and family. Sign up today to become a Next Gen VIP. Next Gen is the only name you need to remember to keep your home safe and comfortable all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXT-GEN or visit nextgenaironplumbing.com.
NEXGEN, call 833-3-NEXT-GEN.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Cappy on Friday afternoon. Happy Shrimp Day. Shrimp. And let's say happy birthday. He turned 76 today. The great Billy Joel. Sedano and Cap continues on Friday afternoon right now.
Yeah. Come on, Cappy.
Oh, it's a great song.
Yeah. Best concert I think I've gone to outside of Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, really?
Billy
Oh,
Joel.
I bet Billy Joel's really good.
Well, it's Billy Joel and
Not
Elton
anymore.
John dueling
Oh, okay,
piano.
that's even better.
Yeah, it was in like 2002 at Allstate Arena in Chicago, and they played like an hour, as like 4 hours, and they each played an hour and a half, and then they played together for an hour. It was awesome.
Last time I saw Billy Joel was a couple years ago, and I'm a huge Billy Joel fan, so it hurts me to say what I'm about to say. He doesn't have it anymore.
No, I slipped. Dude, Cappy, I saw him at Wrigley a couple summers ago with my boys, and yes, fastball lost a little velocity.
Yeah, and I listen. I love
But
all
Elton
these
John
old rockers.
did not. I saw Elton John.
Oh, Elton's still rolling?
Yeah, well, I think he's done. He did his
Yeah, he's
last
blind
tour.
now.
Or no, I mean, but he was still killing it though, huh?
Wait,
Right,
he's
so
blind?
I went to see him
Yeah.
right before COVID. I mean, legally blind, not
Oh,
blind,
I didn't know
blind.
that.
No, he can't see really.
You mean like he's
right?
blind?
He doesn't see as well. Like
Like
to
Stevie
the point
Wonder?
where he's legally blind. Yes.
Can he drive?
No.
Anyway,
If I throw up three fingers, does he know how many I have up?
I mean, I don't know, Cappy. I haven't seen him, so but I don't. He's not like
What's up,
he's not like
DeAndre?
Stevie Wonder blind. Like, although again, I've told you there are plenty of people out there that believe Stevie Wonder can see a little bit.
yeah.
When was the last time you saw Elton John though perform?
Right before COVID.
Okay.
I saw Elton John when he started that tour.
Dodger
Then
Shade.
COVID obviously paused the tour, and then he finished it after COVID. But he was unbelievable. I saw him at the Forum. I'll never forget. Shout out to Mario Ruiz, who got me hooked up into the Forum Club. That's where I ran into Larry
Lawrence
David.
David?
Yeah, that's where I ran into Larry David. But yeah, Kelly and I went, and it was an unbelievable experience. What a great concert.
Phenomenal! I love all these old rockers, and I was so disappointed. I love Billy Joel. I've seen Billy Joel probably 10 times, and the last time I saw him, which was a stadium
He's
show,
old.
I was like, that's it. Yeah, but you know what? He said 76 today. I would say he was probably 70. But when you go see a Mick Jagger, who still just kills it. I saw this past weekend at Beach Life because, Mike, I'm now South Bay Cap. That's what they call me.
I told you could stay at my house if you wanted to, but you didn't end up doing it.
No, I didn't. I stayed at the Sinesta Hotel. It was very nice.
Yeah.
It was very convenient.
Yeah.
But like Chrissy Hine from The Pretenders, she still brings her A game.
Okay.
I saw Stevie Nicks a couple years ago at Ohana Fest. She's amazing, Stevie Nicks, and she's
But
in her
I don't
70s.
believe as old as those guys, right?
Well, I think Stevie Nicks was every bit of 75 when I saw her. I don't know how old Chrissy Hine is. She got to be 70 at least as well. Lenny Kravitz is 60. That's significantly
When did you
younger.
see Stevie Nicks?
Probably 2 summers ago.
Mick Jagger's
76 now.
81 and she's 76. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of these old rockers can still bring it. I just think that Billy's voice is just not what it once was. I mean, but he's put a lot of stress
that's
on
the
it.
thing that goes, yeah, first.
Yeah, so
I mean, look at Mariah Carey. She doesn't sing the way she used to sing, and she's not even anywhere near that age.
I haven't seen her in ages. Don't know. Haven't heard her either.
I remember she had that New Year's mishap a couple years ago
No, I don't remember.
at Times Square.
She was at Yamavad this past year, and people were complaining because she literally sat in a chair for the
No
entire
way.
show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, I saw Bob Seger do that. I
Like
saw,
MTV Unplugged?
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, wow, Bob's sitting the entire show, but he still sang his ass off.
Yeah.
Against the wind, we still running against the wind.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Cappy, it's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Take the UFC to a new level, okay? So you got Muhammad and Shevchenko defending their titles in a championship doubleheader at UFC 315 in shared reality at Cosm. Call 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776 right now, and caller 7 will win a pair of tickets to watch UFC 315 at Cosm, L.A. on Saturday night. Limited tickets available, through Cosm's website, cosm.com, or the Cosm mobile app. Call now, though, for your chance to win a pair of tickets at 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776. Muhammad will defend his title, and Valentina Shevchenko as well will defend hers. So a good card on UFC 315.
All right, George, by the way, combat sports, real quick. A lot of compliments, by the way. A lot of tremendously positive feedback. Not something we're accustomed to around here.
Yeah.
Especially, like, even when things are going well, people in the circle of trust will tell us how much we suck anyway.
Right.
But yesterday, outstanding feedback on our Jim Lampley conversation.
Well, because
yesterday.
here's what I would say. L.A. is a combat sports town, okay? Particularly, I mean, I would say UFC too, but boxing for sure. I mean, Max Kellerman did the show here for many, many years. You know what I mean? So I do think that it is a big boxing town. It is a big combat sports town. It's a big town for a lot of different things. But if you really want to look at some of the quote-unquote more niche sports, combat sports for sure, big town, L.A. is one of them for sure.
Yeah, Lamps tomorrow over at the Wildcard Boxing Gym, 2 o'clock with Freddie Roach signing his book, and I thought he was great yesterday. And people were telling me, they were hitting me up on Instagram DMs. They're like, yo, man, that was a great interview. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you liked it. You don't even have to buy and read the book. Just use the Audible version because Jim will talk you through the entire thing. It's great. Loved it.
I love
That's
it,
all.
Jim.
You can let a little pregnant pause there. Let it breathe a little bit.
Okay.
Mike, you know who Jim Lampley is?
Of course.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't
legend.
seem like you do. Doesn't seem like you know who he is.
No, I mean, to me, Lampley's a legend, but B, you could probably talk to him about anything, and it'd be interesting.
Oh, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
So, all right, George. So, where did you want to go from here? Because you had mentioned.
Well, I saw this Belichick stuff you guys had on,
Yeah.
From Pablo's podcast. Now, the school has denied that. Our Pete Damel has reported that. But listen, I'll tell you this about Pablo Torre. Pablo Torre has been a journalist for a long, long time. He was the host of ESPN Daily. What was that?
It was an accident. I hit it when I put the phone down. My bad.
Somebody need us to turn up, buckle our seatbelts or something?
Exactly. Buckle up.
I thought South was experiencing something going on down there.
Some
I thought
turbulence.
there's an alarm down there.
Hey, the captain would like everybody to buckle their seatbelt, please, and stay seated. We're gonna face a little turbulence right here as we get into this Belichick story.
So actually like
so anyway,
that could be a continued bit. I like that.
Yeah.
So
turbulence.
Yeah, buckle up. I like that. I like that.
Buckle up is good. Good.
Yeah, good, Lindsay. You just happened upon a new drop. Okay.
So Pablo is an amazing reporter. Okay, like before he came to before he did ESPN Daily, which was a combination of his thoughts on a specific topic. It was very outside the lines, kind of E60. That kind of, what's the Brian Gumbel show? Real Sports. It was very similar to that. And his podcast now is a little looser, but also still dives into specific topics like he did previously. But before that, obviously, he was a reporter for Sports Illustrated when they had real reporters, and then came to ESPN as an investigative reporter / journalist and feature writer. Look, North Carolina can deny it all they want, and maybe there is some truth to their denial. But he's not putting that out there and putting out his reputation if there wasn't truth to it, at least to some degree. Like right. I believe Pablo had this story nailed, and then I think that they have been – the Belichick crew particularly has been in a tailspin for a long time since that CBS interview we talked about the other day. And so much so that it's been reported that he's basically tried to hire an outside personal PR person to handle all this stuff, not just like the school handling all this stuff.
Like crisis management.
Right. Yeah, because there's a lot going on here. And Pablo, by the way, in the stuff you've seen online and if you've listened to his podcast, I mean, he's talking about he's spoken to family members of Belichick, and they're worried. Some of the stuff that we talked about, remember a couple weeks ago when we talked about the stuff after the CBS interview, I'm like, well, look, if his family's concerned, then that's when we need to raise kind of the level here, the alert level a little bit, because we were talking about Barkley saying something on the Dan Patrick show. Yeah. So, yeah, this is kind of weird territory.
I don't know Pablo I've never met Pablo, don't know him, don't even know his work. But here's what I just want to say this.
Well, that's on you, Cappy.
Well, that's fine, but it doesn't matter. Here's the point. Yeah. I believe every word he said, and the reason I believe it is because of the instant backpedaling. See, if you kind of let it breathe a little bit and don't immediately have to go into damage control mode, then maybe I would start to go, maybe this guy was saying some stuff, and maybe he doesn't really have it, and maybe it's just sensationalism. But the fact that North Carolina had to immediately react to what he said tells me that the reporter got it right, and they're so embarrassed because you got to remember, North Carolina, they consider themselves to be like Ivy League caliber school. They thought getting Bill Belichick meant they were getting one of the smartest coaches, one of the greatest coaches. Look what he's going to do to their program. And this has turned into a national laughingstock for their school.
I told you from the jump I thought this would be a disaster, okay? And I didn't even factor in this part into the equation.
Right. Wait till
okay?
they get to the games.
Well, right. Well, listen, the games actually will be helpful for him because they have a soft schedule. They literally should sleepwalk into 8 or 9 wins because they don't have a hard schedule. But, yeah, like, I think that'll actually be the time when he'll be able to kind of not – the focus won't be on this as much unless they lose some of those games.
Focus.
Yeah. If they lose some of those games, Cappy, then they're in big trouble, I think.
The irony of all of this, though, is if you were going to hire somebody and you thought that it was just going to be about football and boring, and just talking about the offensive line and the defensive line and not giving the media much, like, oh, yeah, Bill Belichick's just going to come in here and do football. And it's just crazy that now we're talking about his 24-year-old girlfriend all the time, and Carolina fans have to just be thinking, what is happening here?
Correct.
How is this possible? The only pushback that I would put on kind of the certainly not Pablo in the reporting. I believe that he's certainly a great journalist, as you said, George, but the family sources bit, sometimes, like, they do this with politicians. Sometimes it's like the third cousin on the other side, right, that says that they're family, and that's a lot different perspective than his son, who actually knows him very well. So that's the only thing when it's a generic family member. Like, Cappy, I'm guessing that one of your daughters, your oldest daughter, knows you a little bit better than, like, your aunt's second cousin or something.
One of the people that was reported to have been, like, I guess, like, looking into this whole situation was his daughter-in-law, so his son's wife.
Yeah, and I mean,
and that's probably because his son doesn't want his name out there involved in this because he works there too.
Maybe, but we also don't need, like, family members to say this situation is weird. Anybody that knows very little about it can be like, this is a weird situation, period.
Right. They don't have to tell us that.
But even before, like, shortly after that whole CBS thing went down, somebody else wrote a story about talking. Oh, no. They found that his daughter-in-law was posting stuff on social media. Right. Lindsay found a story about that. So I'll tell you this, Mike, like, it does seem like, I mean, the daughter-in-law is not going to put stuff on social media. Now, she didn't respond when journalists tried to reach out to her and the media tried to reach out to her. But we saw her initial reaction, which was not good, in this instance. So
but Mike,
seems like the family members are not happy about it.
You bring up a good point, though. North Carolina, think about what they thought they were getting.
Ball coach.
Right. We're getting the greatest football coach in the history of the NFL.
Yeah. 6
Super Bowls, Tom Brady, a guy who is going to just shut down the media. It doesn't matter. He can come here. There won't be a circus. But then who knew that he was really not just living at the time, but then would be bringing with him this tabloid lifestyle of a 72-year-old guy dating a 24-year-old bombshell who, by the way, she's not just some 24-year-old girl who's like, hey, I'm a little girl and I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. She's the boss.
Right. And just so people know, if you're like Cappy, and, I'm saying you should know how good Pablo is at his job, but I'll give you an example, okay? When he was at Sports Illustrated, he wrote an article called Why Athletes Go Broke. Okay, and a bunch of follow-up stories. And it was an investigation into the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, so the SEC, of the investments of a firm called Triton Financial that was defrauding investors, including a ton of athletes and people in sports, in a multi-million-dollar scam. And then a federal jury then found that CEO guilty of criminal charges based off, and then ESPN did a 30-30 based off the stuff that Pablo's discovered in that story many years ago. This is back in 2009.
Yeah.
So, like, Pablo, I mean, when he digs into something, like, he's got this thing. Like, so to your point, Cappy, the backtracking seems also the way it happened seems obvious too. But this is a guy that knows what he's doing as an investigative journalist.
Right. Like, if I would have put this out there for everybody, they'd be like, okay, this guy's looking for clicks. But that's why I'd be doing it.
No, Cappy, I think it's actually it's sort of a both things is true thing. But in this case, whether it's a super deep investigation by not just Pablo but 60 Minutes and on and on, or just Cappy seeing the interview, seeing the first one. Like, it's the same conclusion, isn't it?
Right. It is the same conclusion.
Yeah.
We all believe him.
Yeah.
We all believe that Pablo's story is right, that family members are concerned. North Carolina at one point probably said, and I say probably, like 99.9%, I'm sure, North Carolina was like, hey, Bill, we can't have her around. This is turning into a disaster.
Correct.
We're one of the finest academic institutions in America.
Yeah.
And you're turning this thing into a disaster
Hey,
for
Coach,
us.
just coach football.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right.
That's what you do, right? Just do it.
Yeah, North Carolina is not the place for this. There are plenty of schools where he could boss people around, but North Carolina is like, hey, we think of ourselves as being way higher. You know.
Well, to your point, Cappy, when I think that clearly, if we've seen all these schools migrate to different conferences or at least try, I think that if the ACC were ever to dissolve, I think the two most desirable schools, and people will think this is crazy because they think of athletics, but to your point, academics matters as much as athletics, and also territories matter, right? So North Carolina and Virginia would be the two schools that the SEC and the Big Ten and whoever would be left if the ACC were to go away, which I don't believe is going to happen anytime soon. They would absolutely be the schools that they would go after, to your point.
Boy, I really take great offense to that. My school, the University of Pittsburgh, a member of the ACC, just named the #1 public institution in the state of Pennsylvania, beyond Penn State, beyond Temple University.
Congrats, Cappy.
George, beyond Slippery Rock University.
That's
Come
big,
on,
buddy.
George. That's big, right? That's
Right,
big.
but if you're the Big Ten, you already got Penn State. You don't need to pick.
Cappy,
you don't need
you want to know a fun fact about Pittsburgh?
Tell me.
That's where my dad was born.
Is that right?
No way.
Really?
Yep, born in
Well,
Pittsburgh.
well,
he moved early. He moved around a lot, but he was born
Did
in
he say
Pittsburgh.
Yinzer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I was born in Buffalo, but I was raised in Minneapolis. It's one of those things where he grew up. He was in Massachusetts and Indiana, but bottom line though, he's in Cappy City. That's where
Okay,
he was
well,
born.
that's how Brian Windhorst and I became best friends, is that we bonded over our Pittsburgh in our DNA. His dad also a Pittsburgher. Did you know that?
Oh, that's good to know.
I did
Yeah,
not know
I mean,
that.
you should get Wendy's dad together with your dad, Michael.
Well, unfortunately, Dad passed a few years ago.
I did not know that until
yeah.
George just made a face.
Yep. Well,
sorry.
It's look, George. Where would you put that one?
George's face
on the
George's like,
scale?
Between that and
Cap.
calling his
Damn,
son a
Cap.
girl.
Damn, insensitive, huh?
That's,
Insensitive.
Cap.
Hey, my condolences, Mike. My condolences.
No,
love and
it's-
prayers.
It was an honest mistake.
love and prayers.
That
It
you-
is
Shout
an
out.
honest mistake.
Yeah,
It's more
that's
honest,
okay,
more of an honest mistake, I would say, than the gender of his son.
no, I don't think so. I
No,
think
'cause
that was
have-
an honest mistake.
I have mentioned it before.
Yeah.
When the three of us run the show together. But now that I know that Cappy isn't,
I don't think you've ever mentioned your dad passed away with Cappy on the
No,
air. There's
I
that.
did. I mentioned it. It was a mention.
I don't
once
recall that.
before. However, it was.
You did.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, they
All
clearly
right,
didn't
Lindsay
remember.
says so, then I believe you.
But anyway,
He said something like, "My dad, who is no longer with us."
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what's worse than that is
okay,
last
Captain.
night. I want to tell you something real quick.
I love that you looked at my face, though,
Yeah.
immediately.
Oh, as soon as I saw your face, I'm like, oh, that's
I
a
haven't
problem.
seen it yet because I'm on a
Did,
delay.
George, did you do like one of these, like?
He went, yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Ooh, he just said something, and Mike's dad's no longer with us. Sorry. Michael, so much love for you and your family. Prayers go out to you. Condolences. I'm so sorry about this. But last night I had an uncomfortable situation, very similar to this. Very, very similar. So Rachel and I last night went out to dinner with this other couple, and the woman, the wife, very, very attractive lady, very good looking, right? And the husband, he's a nice looking guy, but both the wife and Rachel both were telling a story that when they both met him individually, they both thought he was gay, right? And so, I'm like, no, what are you talking about? This guy, no, he's not. He's straight, man. But both women at the table were saying the same thing to him. Like, oh, I thought you were so gay. Oh, my God, when I first met you, I thought you were so gay. Oh, the scarf that you were wearing and those skinny jeans that you were wearing and the shoes. I just thought you were so gay. I'm like, leave the guy alone. My God, he's married to this woman. The guy has 3 kids. He's as straight as an arrow. And they just were beating up on him last night about how gay they thought he was. So,
Is that it?
That's the story. It was just uncomfortable. That's all, like just what I just said about Mike's dad. Very uncomfortable. That's all.
I felt uncomfortable you telling that story, Kat.
Why?
Well,
It was weird.
I have a friend named Martin who's listening, and he has a younger girlfriend, and so when he was listening to me speak about Bill Belichick,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Well, okay, maybe I should have couched things. I'm not concerned about the age. That's his choice. That's all great. It's more about the football thing. But then, Cappy, you really threw me off when you forgot that my dad passed away.
Right. I didn't know.
So
I didn't forget. I didn't know.
That's kind of strike number 2. So, George, what do you think he's going to do next?
Wait. You have a friend who has a girlfriend who's 60 years younger?
No. Not anywhere near.
Oh, I was gonna say, that's
how many years?
No, I don't even know.
How many years younger?
Probably 10 or something like that.
Okay, because I have a friend.
10 is nothing.
I have a friend.
20's nothing these days.
Right.
What,
Let me tell you something. I got a buddy of mine who's pushing 60, and his wife is she's like in her mid-30s, and they had a kid together, and this is his second marriage, and there's like a 25-plus year age gap, and he looks like he's 60, a good-looking guy, fit, healthy. He looks good, and she's just significantly younger. And I can't tell you the number of times where people are like, "Oh, is that your daughter?"
Oof.
I'm like, "Ooh, jeez." Uncomfortable. Yeah. Again, condolences, Mike. Pardon me.
Yeah, not as uncomfortable as that.
No,
Yeah.
prayers.
Yeah.
Prayers up.
Yeah.
My
I don't
bad,
know if
dog.
I don't know if there's anything else. I'm trying to think, George. What else could there?
I don't
what else
know,
could it
man.
be?
No, I don't know, but I'll find it.
But you know what?
I will
Whatever
find
it is,
It'll happen.
Mike, I was just going to say, whatever it is, he'll
Yeah, it'll
step in
happen.
it. Don't
Yeah,
worry
I
about
will. It'll happen.
Yeah.
Mike, can I get like a resume of things like from your life? You know what I mean? Like, could you just tell me like, hey, here's a list of things. Like, I've got 3 sons. Here are their names. One has long hair. My father has unfortunately passed.
I mean, I have a pretty public life. Like a lot of it's just on my Instagram. You know?
So you know what Cappy needs? You know,
Yeah.
Mike, like when you go to a game and they give you like the media packet, right? Like the media packet that they send
notes.
for like an individual game.
Right.
The game notes, right?
Yeah.
Cappy needs some game notes.
Yeah, Trudell
and
notes.
it's got like pictures of all the players and what they've done,
Right.
and they're kind of that's what Cappy needs. He needs
Yeah.
Mike Trudell game notes.
Well, or he needs somebody like if you're
Or
a
just to
politician, he needs like a chief of staff, right, or like somebody
Oh, that
or
would
like a
be
bag
helpful.
man.
Yeah.
Could anybody here at the station like who follows you around to do the Cappy cast?
Well, that's a changing.
Or you mean the Cappy Lappy?
The Cappy Lappy, yeah, sorry, the Cappy
Yeah.
Lappy.
That's a rotating crew. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe one of the guys from the crew could
Yeah.
follow you around and just sort of tell you stuff, like you kind of whisper it in your ear
Hey,
from behind, so
yeah.
you're so it's a little bit
Hey,
less
don't
awkward.
talk
than what
to
just
Mike
happened.
about his dad, 'cause-
Be like, hey, they're talking about Mike's dad died, and he's still like kind of upset about it. I mean, it's been a couple of years, but Cappy, you might not want to say that.
Yeah,
like that.
you never get over that. I know.
It's like on the one hand, I feel like it's been a good bit for the radio station, and on the other hand, it does deeply wound me in another way, and I'm saying that in part to guilt trip.
Jeez.
Breaking news.
In part.
Breaking news. Sham Sharania reporting that Lindsay's team will have a shot tonight. All 3 injured Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and DeAndre Hunter will return tonight against the Indiana Pacers.
So you're saying
in
there's a
Game
chance.
3
I reported
on
that 2
ESPN
hours ago,
tonight.
George.
Well, I'm
My
just saying,
sources told me
it is
2
now
hours ago.
Oh, really?
official.
Who are your sources?
Wow.
I told Trudell, like Jason Lloyd said, they're playing.
Yeah, no, Lindsay did have that. And now, Cappy, I have something that's going to make you feel better.
Tell me.
My wife just texted me that I'm being mean to you.
She did?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you're being mean to me at all.
And he's way too nice.
Coming a little bit too hard on you.
You shouldn't have told him that because now he's
No.
going to accidentally say
Well,
something he shouldn't say like,
Right,
about
it'll
your
probably
wife.
be about your wife. I
Yes.
know, exactly.
Oh, that, you know what? You haven't
She'll
offended
turn on
her
him
yet.
too. Don't worry.
Right.
So
Seriously.
Riggs and my father are the 2. You have 1 strike left.
One
But
strike to go.
And, and Cappy, I hope I haven't made you feel bad, but how is it that my wife thinks that I'm making you feel bad?
She should.
When you are the
She
one
should.
that
She
I
should.
don't-
No, I'm with your wife. Your wife should. She honestly, you should be punished tonight. Seriously, like you're so rude. You know, it's like, what am I supposed to know? Everything, every last detail. Come on, man.
Yes, as a matter of fact, yes is what I would say.
Come
How
on,
about just
Cappy.
listen? Just listen to the guy when he
Well,
talks.
George, this is definitely today. How this show has gone so far is definitely not making me leaning more towards Cappy as being his side piece than yours.
Wow, you're going back
my
over to
side
George
piece.
now,
I've
aren't
been
you?
I've been on
he's my
He
George's
side.
never
side.
left George.
Let me tell you
you got-
something.
you
No,
got-
he left him
he
for a
never
little
left
while.
me.
No,
he
I
did.
never left
He
me.
cheated on him for a little bit.
No. We flirted when when Morales was near, kind of nudging me. Like that was a
Nudging
good day.
you like a rabbit.
That was a good day for us. But I've never really considered leaving George for you.
All right. Well, we've just been throwing you around like we just own you. You know what I mean? Like the 2 of us,
Mateo's
however we want to
FaceTiming
use
me.
you. Yeah.
All
All
right.
right,
Well, now
Mateo's
we got my
FaceTime
wife
me, and
on
I
your
gotta
side.
get dressed for this game. So you boys behave, okay?
Oh, all right. Bye,
I don't know
George.
if this
Have
is
a
gonna
good ball
work
night,
out.
George.
Yeah, you got to go already. Have a good game
Yeah,
tonight.
I got to go soon.
All right, get
See
out
you
of
guys.
here.
Cappy, so are we going to be able to get through these next 2 hours together?
I don't know, man. I don't know. What just took place there is just I don't know if it's recoverable.
I need a 20-second timeout from that. You know?
I really
You need a longer timeout than that.
I'm gonna need.
timeout, DeAndre?
I think I need to talk to your wife off the air. I need to talk to her.
What do you need? What do you have to tell?
I just want to talk to her about some things that I need to know about you, that I should know before we do this kind of dance together.
Do you want me to set up a group text?
Yes, I would like that. All right, let's break. Stick around. We're just getting rolling. Now it's Sedano's gone. It's just me and Trudell. Who knows where strike 3 is coming? This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
Your next Subaru.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
After 30 years and more than 20,000 transactions, Seller's Advantage knows how to get you more for your home.
No agent fees, no commissions, just an as-is cash offer.
Call Seller's Advantage or visit sellersadvantage.com.
855-6434 or check out SubaruofGlendale.net.
On approved Tier 1 credit through Subaru Motors Finance. No security deposit. 10,000 miles a year. Model code SRD-21.
Hey everybody, it's Kap. Is it time to sell your home? Whether you're downsizing, moving, or inheriting a property, call Seller's Advantage. With decades of experience, they offer custom cash solutions and can close in days. No repairs, no agents, no hassle, just a great offer that gives you peace of mind. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com. Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Get a taste of that winning feeling before the buzzer even sounds with ESPN Bet's Early Victory promo. Simply place a pregame moneyline bet on any NBA playoff game, and if the team you back goes up by 20 or more points at any point in the game, you get paid out early. Available throughout the NBA playoffs at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Hey guys, it's Kap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey, it's Bethel Duran. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know how stressful it can be. My boy Leo and the crew at Active Collision are there for you. They're the experts at taking care of your business. I'm dealing with it right now. Hit and run. The back of my truck was smashed. I thought it was just a simple fix the tailgate. No. Leo said, boom, boom, boom. This is the problem, Bethel. Let me take care of it. 626-330-0100. 626-330-0100. You'll get a 50% discount on your deductible when you let them know that 710 sent you. Or check them out on Instagram at active.collision.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
710 ESPN.
Sedano and Kap for your afternoon right now on 710 ESPN.
It's time for What You Need to Know.
Let's do it. What you need to know right now.
What you need to know is being brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Mike Trudell is in for Sedano, who has now taken off to go do this Oklahoma City-Denver game tonight in Denver. We'll see that game on ESPN. And here is Lindsay Baseball ready to roll.
What you need to know is that Pop-Tarts is releasing ice cream sandwiches. And it looks legendary. So
Fire.
it's just like 2 Pop-Tarts, and then in the middle there's ice cream. They're first going to start off with frosted brown sugar cinnamon, frosted strawberry, and frosted chocolate fudge.
By the way, brown sugar cinnamon, clearly the best Pop-Tart.
Oh, for sure.
I like s'mores the best. My
I'm
favorite
going to have
is
to
s'mores.
push back a little bit. I'm going to push back just a little bit.
S'mores?
Really? Okay.
No.
S'mores and then strawberry for me.
Yeah, so I like the chocolate on chocolate.
That would be the best ice cream.
It's the chocolate
sandwich.
tart with the chocolate icing on the top and all that gooey stuff in the middle.
Yep.
And then if you go chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
Interesting.
But imagine like the pictures of these, it's like unbelievable. There are 2 Pop-Tarts with ice cream in the middle.
So would that be vanilla ice cream then for the brown sugar?
The chocolate one
Or
has
is it like a
chocolate in the
cinnamon?
middle, and then the strawberry one has strawberry ice cream in the middle,
that
and
sounds
it
good.
looks like the ice cream.
Is it a cinnamon ice cream or like a vanilla
It
ice cream
says
for the
brown
sugar?
sugar cinnamon flavored ice cream sandwiched between 2 cinnamon filled toaster pastries.
Okay, see, I almost feel like just a nice vanilla in between the brown sugar.
Yeah, because you're already getting it
You know
from
what
the
I'm saying?
Pop-Tart. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
if
a
you
little
think
more
about it, you
balance.
could totally make these yourself, but I still want them.
Well, you guys ever been to a ice cream place called Baked Bear? You guys ever been to one of those?
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
so
one.
that's-
There's one right by where I live. Yeah,
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, South Bay.
yeah, solid.
You know?
South Bay Cap.
Yeah, so what happens is, DeAndre, you walk in, and they've got, like, all these cookies, and then
Yep.
you decide which cookies you want. You say, all right, I'll take the chocolate chip, and then you move over to the ice cream section. Then they take a big old fat scoop of ice cream, and then they put it in there, and then they crunch it down, and now you've got a cookie ice cream sandwich right there on the spot.
Oh, that sounds fire.
It is fire.
It is.
It is,
Yeah,
and the
They
place
also-
is vibes.
They also made Rice Krispie ones, too. You got, like, the Rice Krispie treats, and then they have the ice cream in the middle of that, too.
That doesn't sound so good.
That sounds like it would be hard to eat.
Yeah, it sounds very hard,
Yeah,
like
and,
very
chewy.
crunchy.
Yeah.
Right.
Too many different textures.
The only thing I'll say about Rice Krispies is that I almost inevitably feel that there's not enough marshmallow in the Rice Krispie. I want almost more marshmallow than rice in my Rice Krispie. And I feel like, Cappy, a lot of times it's basically like if you just poured out Rice Krispie cereal and then spread out like a whole, like a bowl of it, and then you just put like 4 marshmallows in it. Like, no, I want 75 marshmallows for my Rice Krispie formula.
I understand that.
The ones that you buy in the store
you want it softer.
are
I
not
got it.
good. Like, you have to make them. You have to home make them. The ones that are pre-packaged.
Oh,
I
those
don't
ones
think,
are fire.
No way.
I just ate one today.
I'm not much of a baker.
No. The ones
You ate one
make
today?
but you don't
Oh,
bake
yeah.
them. Trudell, you know what you do? You literally take the marshmallows, you put in some butter,
Hell
you
yeah.
put it in the microwave, and then you mix it in. Like,
Wait,
you
wait.
don't have to bake
So,
anything.
hold on, tell me this again, because this sounds like something I might be able to
You
do.
can,
The baking,
totally.
Not sure about the baking,
You,
but
no, you don't bake anything.
Okay,
you
so start
literally
again.
take a glass bowl
Got it.
and you put in all the marshmallows. You put in the
How many?
let's say
75.
one bag of marshmallows, a stick and a half of butter,
Okay.
and you put it in the microwave until it melts.
Gross.
And then you pour the Rice Krispies in, and you can add as many or as little as you want to that mixture, and then you just spread it at the bottom of a glass pan or even like a cookie sheet, and there you go. That's
I
it.
might try this tonight.
No
Cappy.
baking.
Nah, it sounds horrible.
I might try
No
this
baking.
tonight.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some tonight.
I might try this tonight.
Well, I do think that the Pop-Tart ice cream sandwich sounds good. Is this something that's going to be prepackaged and sold in a grocery store?
Yes, in Walmart.
Okay. In Walmart.
Starting now.
Very good. Well, there you go.
Okay.
That's what you need to know, and it's clearly something we all need to know. It's brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Michael Trudell is in for Sedano. Are we cool, bro? Are we good? Because, I mean, people are, like, thinking that you're going to beat me up now, like, in the live YouTube chat. Like, people want us to fight. They're actually saying that if I was in studio right now, you would be mounting me. This is what's going on right now.
You mounted him.
Yeah.
I'm still processing my emotions, honestly, after that last interaction. And if you're just tuning in now, DeAndre, how would you describe what happened, DeAndre? Because 11/30, 1950. That's when David Alfred Trudell was born. 4/18/18 was when he passed away.
Oh,
now,
my God.
I had mentioned this to Cappy maybe at least once. Now, I understand we can't all keep track of whose parents are still alive. I get it. And Cappy didn't bring it up in a malicious manner, DeAndre, but it was abrupt. You know what I mean?
It was very abrupt, yes.
Yeah, abrupt. Because here's how I remember it. This is what I recall happening.
Okay.
Is that you were saying, well, hey, my dad is from Pittsburgh. And I just took that as present tense, not past tense.
He did say my dad was from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Are you sure was versus is?
Right, DeAndre?
I did hear the was.
I thought
You did?
I thought I may have even qualified as in say, I don't know if it said no longer with us or something like that.
I'll have to
Well,
go
I may
back and
not
review
have.
the film.
But okay. Well,
I'm gonna
either
go
way.
back.
Cappy, here's the thing. You do strike me as a guy, and you tell me if this is applicable to your life.
Okay.
That people have a little bit of a hard time staying angry with you because of your just the general way, the kind of the charisma that you have.
Oh.
How has that suited you throughout life? Is that accurate?
Listen, I do have a tendency, and I will admit this is bad, but it's true.
Okay.
I do have a tendency to put my foot in my mouth. That is absolutely true. I mean, there are many times where I make, little honest mistakes, not knowing something, and then I pretty much say I didn't know. And then, people are like, okay, he didn't know. Cut him a break,
Okay. All right. I can get, for the purposes of this radio show, though,
Yeah.
I can definitely get past it
You
for
can.
the next hour and 50 minutes.
And what does your wife think about what's happening right now? Does she say that you're being very mean still?
She hasn't followed up,
Okay.
but she did imply that I was going a little hard on you.
Yeah.
And it made me think. It made me think a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, if anybody needs me to know anything about their life that is like, hey, dude, look, this is bad. Okay, don't bring this up or don't say something about this. Like, let me know in advance. You know what I mean? Like for example, Mike, when somebody says something to me, they probably should know that I have no filter, so it's probably going to be repeated on the air unless in advance they say to me, not for air.
But even when you say not for air, he 9 out of 10 times still does.
Is it 9 out of? It's 90%.
Maybe 7 out of 10.
So
okay,
like
70%.
So if I group text Sedano and Cap something, right? I'm like, hey, blank, just something that I observe in my daily life. I should expect that Cappy may release that on the radio show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
you got to say not for air. That gives you the best chance of it not happening.
Well, then
Put it in
he'll-
all caps too. Say not for air. and
I
then go
wouldn't
ahead and
even
proceed
text
with
it. I would only use something like that verbally, so there's no proof of it. There's no proof of you telling him that, and you could just deny it and be like, I didn't say that.
Well, so the way that you guys are speaking about it is implying that he kind of sold somebody up the river at some point. Does that happen on the?
It's not that I've sold people up the river. I'll give you an example, though, Mike.
Okay, yeah,
Like
that one.
there's been times where there's been internal communications at the radio station. Hey, we're having this event at this place at this time, but it's not for air. And I just come on the air and I start blabbing my mouth. I'm like, oh, by the way, how about next Friday when we're doing this live remote from this place? And they're like, we said not to say that on the air. I'm like, oh, I missed it. Sorry, my bad.
And that's when Chris comes on and said, "Gosh, you're an idiot."
Yeah, that's right. That's what happens. That's pretty much what happens. People are asking in the live YouTube chat, if I put my foot in my mouth, is that the foot with my bad toe? Because, Mike, I don't know if you know this or not, but I have one foot that could honestly be a model's foot.
Was this your kicking foot?
No, it's the other foot.
Well, yeah,
the other foot, my left foot, is actually it's a beautiful foot.
So your plant leg is a nice,
Right.
yeah.
Nice foot, nice and clean, good looking, right?
Okay.
My right foot is disgusting. Like, I don't even like wearing flip-flops because people can see my right big toe, which is gross, and then my heel, which is like all crusty and disgusting, no matter how much I lotion that
Already
thing.
TMI.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see what's happening, Mike?
I'm not a big flip-flop guy in general.
No?
Because I prefer the comfort of a sock inside of a shoe. It's just a more comfortable way to walk around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, flip-flops, you're also inviting, if you have small children, you're also inviting crumbs to just be constantly getting on your bare feet if you're walking around the house. So that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So really,
Wait,
the
you
only
walk
ti-
around the house in your shoes?
No, I'm socks though. That's what I'm
Do you
saying.
have
So I
no,
almost-
no like Nike slides or something? No slides?
Well, so here's the thing with the slides, though, that if I don't do the socks into the slides because I just think it just doesn't look good.
That's okay nowadays.
I see kids
That's part
doing
of the
it.
swag now.
I see kids doing.
No,
I don't think it looks good.
DeAndre's wearing sandals and socks.
I know,
No,
but
that's not a good look.
Because if you're gonna put,
Let
here's
me
the
see
thing:
that.
if you're
Oh, no,
going
that's
to
different.
put the whole purpose to me of slides is just you're skipping that one step, that extra step of having to put socks on. So, the slides are, it's lazy. I get it. I respect it. But if you're going to go to the trouble of putting socks on, you may as well also look cool by having a pair of J's or Kobe's on. Okay,
Oh.
that's my feeling.
Okay. Wow. I like Skechers. I like to just slide into them.
Skechers are comfortable.
Well, you can. So here's the thing. You can slide into any shoe. You just need to do the loose. Here, look, I'm going to hold up my shoe right now.
All right.
Okay, Cappy. So you just need to do. It's very loose, right, on the laces.
Those some pandas? Let me see those.
No,
Those
these
are
are
not the
just
pandas.
I'm wearing pandas though, Cap.
Come on, DeAndre.
I couldn't
That's
see them.
strike
That
three,
might be strike
okay?
three. That
That's
might be strike three.
He just called taxis. No, they're you tie a little knot. You see, Cappy?
Yeah.
At the end.
Right.
So then but these I slip and slide.
You cannot
on.
slip and slide
slip
into
and
those
slide
like
into my
Skechers. Not like
pandas.
Skechers. You can't.
Watch me.
Let me take a look at this. No, that's not the same.
It's exactly the same.
Just literally slipped them on.
I will not. I'm gonna tell you right now. I will not show you because I'm barefooted right now, and I will
That's
not
what
show
please
you.
don't.
No, let me
I
see
will
the
not.
nice-
No,
let me see the
no,
nice
because
one. No, let me see the
I'm
nice one.
embarrassed.
You'll
I'm
never
embarrassed.
want to
Oh,
look at another foot again.
No, my right foot is so disgusting, and I was picking it earlier today.
I showed you mine. You show me yours.
You want to see my good foot?
Yes.
All right, good foot. I'll show you.
Keep in mind, it's going to take 30 seconds for me to see it. because I'm watching the stream, right? I'm not on the live one that you and Sedano were on.
Yeah.
So just it'll be a delayed reaction.
Yeah, I got a good foot. My left foot is a good foot. My right foot is completely disgusting.
Meanwhile, I have a I have a buddy. I mentioned him earlier, right? Martin, and by the way, he's 15 years younger, his girlfriend. And I think it's the first time that he's listened to the show. Right, when I've been out with you, and presumably they think that I go and I talk about sports, right? I talk about the Lakers.
We don't talk sports on
and
the
he's
show.
like, so Mike's job is discussing old men dating young women, deep thoughts on Pop-Tarts and Rice Krispie Squares, and I'm kind of like, well, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so he's not like a regular listener. He's new to
No,
this
that's what I'm
place,
saying.
huh?
Yeah, he's new, and I'm like, well, at some point I may offer some thoughts that I like on Cavs Pacers that have where I've watched thousands of hours of basketball to hopefully to be able to deliver a solid opinion on this. But so far today, not much.
All right, well, I'll tell you what.
Scratching the surface.
I'm going to
too,
make you a
know?
deal. I'm going to make you a deal because let me tell you, tip-off between Cleveland and Indiana is about 15 minutes from right now.
Yeah.
All right? Is it 27 minutes?
Yeah, 27 minutes.
Okay. And I'd like to hear what you think about it because the Cavs are down 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
They got to go now to Indianapolis.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Lindsay is going to be sitting on edge, pins and needles. She's locked in. As a Cleveland fan, she actually should never believe, but she's trying to believe, and she's trying to convince herself that she's believing.
I do believe.
Pacers in 6, baby. Pacers in 6.
All
Let's
right,
go.
let's get to it. Cleveland getting their stars back. We'll get to that so that Mike's friends hear him talking about basketball, not my disgusting feet. Stick around. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
Don't miss Travis and DeMarco.
It's T-Raj and D-Far.
You should know this about me, man. I think you generally do. I'm obsessed with the minutia of stupid things.
I wouldn't say stupid, but you're obsessed with minutiae, yes.
Weekdays at 9 a.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. If you're ready to upgrade your driving experience, you gotta go and check out what's happening at Cadillac and their incredible new lineup of state-of-the-art EVs, sedans, and SUVs. And hey, look, there's no better place to experience the luxury of Cadillac than at Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Check out Cadillac of Beverly Hills and their beautiful showroom at 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. And check them out on the web at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even Baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking about this all the time, how my mom always took care of me, man. I remember like when I was a kid, like a little kid, I'd forget my lunch. Mom would bring it over to the school. That way I wouldn't go starving the whole day. I mean, you never forget what mom does for you. Abuela too, tia, your wifey, who does all sorts of stuff for you. And I'm sure your sister probably did plenty for you too when you were growing up. So my mom did everything to make me happy. I'm returning the favor. I'm sending her happy flowers for Happy Mother's Day from the Books Company. Short for bouquets. We're hooking you up. 25% off your order. All you got to do is use the promo code ESPN so you can send some happy flowers too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and they last way longer. Some even grow on the side of a freaking volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go to Books flower subscription so she gets her fresh blooms on repeat. Look, guys, you can't forget mom. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your Books now. Go to Books.com. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Books. Promo code ESPN.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap here Friday afternoon. Happy 46th birthday to the great Rosario Dawson. And on this day in 1986, the #1 song in the UK, Falco. Oh, we love this song. I think Mike Trudell loves this song too. Rock Me Amadeus. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. Rock me Amadeus, yeah.
You know, that felt like a targeted strike for Morales because I think the last time that I was in, I just happened to not love Livin' La Vida Loca as much, I think, as everybody else. And then all of a sudden, it made me seem like I was the music critic or something, or some music elitist, which really is not the case.
You're not a music elitist?
I feel like you kind of presented it as such.
No, well, that's what I'm fearing is that was
like
that
you're
was
like
the
a
way.
highly ear-trained music
I'm not.
critic, you know?
No, I'm not.
Like you write stories about it for the Los Angeles Times.
I just was like literally saying that I didn't love
and
that
like Rolling
particular
Stone
song
magazine.
that much.
Do you read Rolling Stone? Did you?
I did. I mean,
like Spin?
I never subscribed to it, but I did. I would sometimes buy Rolling Stone.
I loved Rolling Stone. You know what I loved about Rolling
Great
Stone
feature
magazine?
stories.
It was a big magazine.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a normal sized magazine.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone was like a big giant magazine. Loved it.
Cappy, so one of
Is it still like? Do they still publish it?
I doubt it. I haven't seen it.
I think so. I mean, yeah.
No,
I think
really?
so.
Like in hard copy?
Like remember, you used to go to like the store at the airport and you'd buy magazines.
Yeah.
Cappy was
That's not a
looking
thing
at
anymore.
one of the other rows, probably the top row.
Well, that's right. But you know what happened, Mike, is when I was a little kid, Playboy and Penthouse and all those magazines were up top.
Those are behind the counter, aren't they?
Well, then they started to put them in plastic, and then they moved them behind the counter. Because kids like me, 8, 9, 10 years old, would walk in, go to the magazine rack where Playboy was right next to Sports Illustrated.
Yep, it was right there.
Yeah, and I would look right at it.
It's a natural thing to do. You're not alone there.
And I will admit, I mean, as a little kid, 10 years old, you talk about a little manipulative little jerk. Take a Sports Illustrated, open it up halfway, take the Playboy magazine, put it on the inside, and then you're looking at Playboy, but everybody thinks you're reading Sports Illustrated.
People shouldn't be judging us, Cappy. We didn't have the internet, okay, when we were kids.
Totally
like
true.
That. So
Right.
that wasn't fair. By the way, Michael Thompson, I texted him the link. Lindsay sent out an article about the Rolling Stones and somebody, the Sex Pistols, suggesting that they should retire. And
Yeah,
I
the
sent
Sex
to Michael,
People lead singer is like 69 years old. He thinks those guys are too old to perform.
Well, but I did kind of enjoy. Let me tell you. Tell me if you like Michael's joke. He replied, "They're so old now they've turned into the Rolling Bones." Lindsay liked it. Cappy,
you didn't like it.
What?
I mean, clever.
I love it.
Clever
Michael
and
has
funny.
the best jokes. The best is it'll be like
That's pretty good.
11:30 p.m. and he'll just text you the most random joke out of nowhere, and I just sit there and crack up every time.
I thought that was pretty good.
He's got good
It is
jokes.
funny, but by the way, speaking of Michael Thompson sending out jokes, when he sends these jokes and I receive them, I'm like, am I the only one getting
No,
them?
he sends them
those are
separately to
different.
everyone.
Those are different. He gets those from somebody else.
Yeah, and then he decides to tell
forwards
them.
them onto
Yeah.
various text threads. I'm on
Yes.
2 different ones of them, but this is different. This one I just texted him, and that was what he responded on his own. So
Okay,
that was
because
a Michael Thompson original.
He wrote the book on dad jokes.
I'm trying to remember the last one he sent me.
A lot of times they're long jokes. Like, guy walks into a bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in more emojis than he would typically use too, which is how you know he just copy pasted it.
I don't
what
know.
I'm
I feel like he tweets a lot of emojis.
Anyway, Cappy, since you're a ball knower, you
Yeah.
wanted to talk Pacers Cavs.
Well,
knowers.
Let's get started there because, okay, I want to hear what you think.
Okay.
So the Cavaliers, obviously, and Lindsay is again, Linz, I know what you're saying, and I appreciate where you're coming from, but I'm not sure I believe it, just so you know. Because when you're down 0-2 and your best players haven't played, and your favorite Cleveland radio host is saying to you, what are we facing here? We're not playing the 86 Celtics. The Indiana
Those
Pacers
players are back, though.
The Indiana Pacers are good. They're not great, and we're going to make our comeback. And Lindsay, to your point, the players that have been missing, the top level guys, they're all coming back tonight. So, Mike,
2 all-stars, 2 starters, all-star starters.
So, Mike, I have grown to really love Tyrese Halliburton.
Mm-hmm.
I find without Halliburton. That's how DeAndre and I now greet each other when we see each other, when we get on the phone together. We're like,
it's a nice thing to bond around sports like that, guys.
Yeah,
good.
But I have become a Halliburton fan, and he has become so clutch in this postseason so far. And he's had these 2 monster shots, one at the end of the Milwaukee series, one at the end of the first game of the Cleveland series.
Yep.
So Cleveland gets their guys back tonight. So Mike, you've seen all these teams up close and personal all year long. Let's stop talking about Pop-Tarts. Let's stop talking about my feet. Let's stop talking about your pandas. Let's stop talking about your old friends dating young women. Let's talk some basketball.
Look, we talked about this last week before the series started, and Lindsay was, I think, Lindsay, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were thinking more like Cavs in 5. That's what you want.
That's what I first thought when I thought everyone was healthy.
And so
Yes.
in my pushback was simply that I think Indiana is better than the kind of the collective opinion of Indiana. They started the year slow. Halliburton was really going through it. He just opened up in an interview in The Athletic, I believe, about he was having some mental issues with how things went from his hamstring injury last year to the Olympics and not playing much. And then early in the season, he didn't score at MSG, and he just was going through it. Well, he's been fantastic for a couple of months now, and the Pacers have been right up there with the best teams in the league. Like only a couple, like OKC and some other teams, but that was about it. They were playing better than the Pacers. So they're a really good team. Still not as good as Cleveland overall, but in Game 1, and Lindsay just alluded to this, no Garland. However, Mobley did play in that game, right? Game 1, he played 36 minutes, and he was minus 20, which was weird. Now, he did have the ankle thing, and I get that it probably bothered him some enough where he was going to miss Game 2.
He sprained it.
Yeah, he sprained the ankle. And so I think it was, I can't remember, Lindsay, what part of Game 1 did he first turn it?
In the second quarter.
So second quarter, he goes out for a couple minutes, and then he comes back in and but then clearly it swells up enough to the point where he can't play Game 2. So, Cappy, here's the point. You get to Game 3, everybody's playing. Now DeAndre Hunter's going to come back. Garland's going to give it a go. He's had the toe injury. Like, my concern for Cleveland would not necessarily be that they're worse than Indiana when they're fully healthy. It's that they're down 0-2 now. And to get home court back, Indiana's got to win – or sorry, Cleveland has to win 2 games, and they've got to win in Indiana, which is a very tough place to play.
No problem.
So I just I'm not. It's not impossible that they can come back, but I have definitely shifted the series prediction based on this to I think Indiana's going to win now. Can Cleveland win? Sure. First thing I have to see though is them actually look healthy. I have to see what Garland looks like, see what Mobley looks like. And Cappy, I think you hinted at this. You're anticipating a little bit of rust from these guys that haven't played for a while.
Well, I mean, for me, the biggest part of it is I look at, for example, looking at the Knicks and Boston. So the Knicks go to Boston and they win 2 games. And when they go back to Madison Square Garden, the Garden's going to be on fire. Now, Boston's backs
Yeah, like
Thank you.
highest ticket prices ever or something I saw.
Right, it's like $700 to get in.
Something crazy.
And Boston knows their backs are against the walls, and they know that they were the big favorites, and they know what has happened. I mean, I love these stories about they can't figure out why they're not winning. Because you're missing a ton of shots, and because you have all these wide open shots and they're not dropping, and you're choosing not to go to the basket. Okay, so I think New York, I'm using them as an example, when they get home, I think they win Game 3. The same way I think tonight Indiana wins Game 3. I know Cleveland's backs are against the wall. I realize that they're getting their star players back who haven't played, but I still think that down 0-2, it's not like Indiana should be like a road team where you win Game 1 and you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit in Game 2. You're up 0-2, or in this case, you're up 2-0, and you're going home. I think Indiana puts the gas down. I think they win Game 3.
Yeah, it's not a crazy take at all, Cappy. And
I think it is because, okay, the Cavs lose the first two games, barely lose the first two games, which you could argue the NBA turned around and admitted that those last two calls that were Indiana ball in the last, 30 seconds of Game 2 should not have gone to them, and the Cavs actually should have had the ball with like 38 seconds left. So I'm just saying, listen.
The shoulda couldas though, you could have given Mitchell a flagrant one, right?
You're right.
For the,
So what I'm saying is the fact that they just barely beat them without their two all-stars and their best bench guy, I just don't think that there's any reason to think like that Cleveland, shouldn't be favored, which is why they are.
One point of information though. The Game 2 where they barely beat them, right? Weren't the Cavaliers up by like 25 points in that game?
Yeah, and everybody played 40 minutes. They didn't have the depth they normally have, which is their strength.
I understand, but I mean, you say they barely beat them, but they were getting annihilated.
But they barely beat them.
All right. Well, listen, Lindsay, I'm happy for you because I'm proud of you for being positive. I'm glad that rather than giving up on your team, you still want to believe. Let's find out what happens tonight. Game's going to tip off in just a little bit, 13 minutes from right now, and we'll all see what happens.
Yeah,
hey,
they can certainly flip it for sure. But, Cappy, I think you had a good take there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And, hey, ask your buddy if he prefers us talking about old guys dating young chicks, our feet issues, your shoe issues, and all the other stuff we were talking about rather
which
than
segment
basketball.
Was better?
Yeah, ask him if he likes Cleveland, Indiana talk, or if he likes the other stuff.
I should note that he's Canadian. Also, I don't know if that influences.
Oh, maybe
you
we
in
should
any
start
way.
talking some hockey.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, target market of one.
We're good.
I don't know.
We're good on the hockey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, it's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Take UFC to a new level because they've got some major championship fights. Muhammad and Shevchenko are both defending their titles. The reason I'm saying the last names is because I don't know how to pronounce Muhammad's first name, so I thought I'd leave out Shevchenko's first name. They're both defending titles in championship doubleheaders at UFC 315 in shared reality at Cosm. So I want to invite everybody right now to call 877-710-ESPN. Caller 7 is going to win a pair of tickets to watch UFC 315 at Cosm, Los Angeles, Saturday night. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com or the Cosm mobile app. Call now for your chance to win. Radio Tinder is next, and then Cleveland, Indiana will start while we're on the air. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes. LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. AvnerGat.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
And it is Sedano and Kap. Your Friday afternoon, Mike Trudell's here too. Radio Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme. On this day in 1992, the Golden Girls aired their series finale. I feel like Cappy's like Rose, right? You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our new sponsor, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal. No gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR, F-L-O-O-R, or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, Finisa Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. By the way, shout out to Omar Lopez from The Circle, who was the winner of our Cosm Ticket Friday tickets for UFC 315 tomorrow.
Hey, shout out to Omar, Big O. Shout out to you, brother. And by the way, he's also the guy who uncovered the long hair photo that I had yesterday. That DeAndre was like, I want to see a picture of you with long hair.
I want to see a picture of you in the man bun.
Oh, yeah, well, you can imagine that the long hair, I would pull it all back. Hey, also, Chris mentioned the Golden Girls, and he said that, I would be the Rose of the Golden Girls. Was Rose the hot one?
I don't know I thought all of them were pretty hot.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. They're good-looking old ladies. You know what's crazy?
They're all like 80 plus, right?
When they're all no longer with us, Mike Trudell, if you know.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Wow, Mike, strike one, Mike.
You know what's crazy? When that show first started, like the youngest one of those women was like in her 40s, and then you look at people now that are in their 40s, and you're like, that's not what somebody in their 40s looks like. They just looked so much older back then.
When I remember being a kid, and my grandfather was like in his early 60s, and I thought like early 60s was like a really old man.
Old.
Right. Now I think early 60s, spring chicken,
Exactly. It's not that old.
Rose is the good one. I think Rose is the hot one. And that's what Chris is referring. Chris is saying that I'm the hot one.
They're all hot, although Betty was more sweet, cute than anything. Okay.
Who are you, Mike? Which Golden Girl are you?
I wish I could name a Golden Girl.
Oh, geez. That one doesn't pass the popular Mike Trudell, time-worthy test.
You want me to lie? I haven't seen the Golden Girls.
I don't listen to Ricky Martin.
I can
really?
tell you. Look,
like,
I can tell
Golden
you my
Girls,
favorite
really?
Saved by the Bell character, Zach Morris.
I mean, everyone knows that.
I mean, well, okay. So I'm supposed to know stuff that not everyone knows. Like the Golden
You
Girls.
didn't know anything about Livin' La Vida Loca. You couldn't believe it was a number one hit.
I knew about it. I just couldn't believe that
I don't know
liked
about
it as
I don't know
much
about
as
the
they
Golden Girls. Who are the Golden Girls?
I mean, that's what I'm saying, DeAndre.
I never really watched the show. I just know what it is.
I know what it is, but I couldn't name a character. No. But Cappy just wants to be known as the hot one of the show.
That's right.
That's all he's really concerned
Shout out to everybody who's in our live YouTube chat right now. Ray Escobar, Timbo, and Shake and Bake,
Okay,
and
we can say
Big
shout out in a
Neil,
minute,
and Ron
okay?
the Caddy, and everybody
I
else.
got to finish Radio Tinder quick because we got a break soon.
Why?
Because we're already behind, Cappy.
That's
we got
Friday.
live
Who
reads and
cares?
stuff, you
It's
know?
Friday. I don't care. It's
So
Friday.
remember how we talked about Abdul Carter wanting Lawrence Taylor's number, and then the whole thing with Phil Simms saying that he could have his number, but then saying he couldn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has now come to a resolution. Abdul Carter is going to wear number 51. So it's like he took one of the numbers from each of them, and he made it into one. So he's going to wear 51. Like number 56, he took the 5 from 56 and the 1 from 11, and so he's going to wear 51. So I want to know, is that like a good resolution for you guys, or is it just stupid?
Well, I didn't look to see who in New York football Giants history wore 51. And I don't normally care about these kinds of things, but Mike, my opinion of this was as follows. When a number is retired, it's retired for a reason. So when you're a rookie and you're pulling in for the first time, you don't go ask a legend like Lawrence Taylor to take his number, because in today's NFL, 3-4 years from now, you might be on another team. And you don't go ask Phil Simms, who may not be a Hall of Famer per se, but he's a Super Bowl champion with the Giants and his number was retired. You don't ask these guys to unretire their number so that you can wear it. So that was my opinion. But a big fight happened yesterday around here. Big fight. Which was about Julio Jones. Because Julio Jones wore number 11 with the Atlanta Falcons, but his number is not retired.
Right.
But a rookie decided he's going to wear number 11, and everybody else here was like, how dare he? Well, it turns out the Atlanta Falcons don't retire numbers.
So
you see, this is what I'm saying. So Lindsay was very passionate yesterday that this kid should not wear Julio Jones's number.
From everything, obviously, I didn't play football, but from everything I understand and read and like am in tune to, that wearing certain numbers, it's like, you know, you got to earn it. It's like a privilege, you know, like the numbers for a quarterback especially. You know, like, I guess, like, Shedeur Sanders, of course, he probably wanted to wear number 2, but they weren't going to give him number 2 because he's a rookie. You got to earn it.
Legendary.
Okay.
Hashtag.
You got to earn the good numbers. Is that like, you know, it's a thing.
This is a good topic. I would say that if you're drafted in the NBA, even if you're Cooper Flagg, you're probably not coming in like, especially, you know, if you're going to the Bulls, you can't wear 23. But if you're going to a different team and you're the number 1 overall pick like Cooper Flagg, can you come in wearing 23? Or yes, you can wear whatever you want if you're a rookie of that caliber, because you're expected to have some level of greatness. You just can't do it on the team that would have retired the jersey. Now, does Julio Jones qualify on the scale in a way that Lawrence Taylor would? No. So, Cappy, I'm with you on this.
He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he's not. But he's not like an all-time like guy. Mount Rushmore
for the
type
Falcons,
guy.
He is.
Yeah, but it's. I just don't see him as in the NFL. Like, it's a little bit different from other sports in that there's so many players and all of the numbers that have to be covered. I just don't know many teams that have that have the retired jerseys up to the point where a Pro Bowler who, yes, will one day be in the Hall of Fame, but isn't like just a complete all-time great. And maybe that's a little bit unfair to Julio Jones, who was a great receiver.
He was a great player, but is he an all-timer?
Yeah, I don't take offense to it in the way.
For the Falcons, I think he is. I just think that's something where, like, you would want not coming in as a rookie. Like, prove a little bit, you know, prove you could do
when you
something.
say you prove it, though, I mean, like, okay, like Shedeur Sanders, if he wanted number 2, who in Cleveland Browns history wore number 2 that I'm not aware of that was an all-time great that Shedeur should not get his
that has nothing
number?
to do with it. That is like the single digits, I guess. That's a thing. So I was like, this was on some podcast I was listening to. Maybe it was Bill Simmons. I forget. But like that doesn't have anything to do with it. The all-time great. It's like the guys, specifically quarterbacks, want single digits. That's like something that they all covet, I guess. It's like a sign of like importance, prestige, skill, whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Who told him that? I've never heard that before.
I don't know. A lot of people think that.
Never heard that before in my
So
life.
it's something where it's like the better numbers, the quote-unquote good numbers, you kind of have to earn them. And they don't
really?
really
So what do
traditionally
you do?
give them out to
so
rookies.
I have a question for you then. So what do? You walk in and you go, hey, I'd really like to be number 2. And they go, no, earn it. You're number 14.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you know what? But next year, if you're really good, we'll give you number 2.
Yep, exactly.
But what if number 2 is not being used?
No, but so it just depends. It just depends on your status at the time, right? Like, so even
It's a status thing. That's what it is. It's a
so like
status thing.
if you're in, so I was in 8th grade, right, and got called up to play varsity soccer, and I wasn't like, hey, can I get number 10, coach? Like in soccer, you don't get to be number 10 unless you're the best player on the team. There's no jersey retirements though in soccer. Right? All of the best players eventually get to wear number 10. But now by the time you're a junior or senior, you're the best player on the team, maybe you're a sophomore, and you go to the coach and you're like, hey, like it's time for, give me number 10. It's time for, so you do sort of have to earn that. But I don't, in the NFL, Cappy, especially if you're a first-round pick, maybe even a second-round pick, a receiver, a running back, like you're a running back, there's only so many numbers that the running backs have, and you're not going to not take number 22 unless you're with the Cowboys and they retired Emmitt Smith's jersey. Otherwise,
that was a point that George made yesterday. He's like, well, wait a second. Look at CeeDee Lamb wearing 88. That's Michael Irvin's jersey.
Yeah, like the receivers wear either 88 or 81 or 80, basically, or 84.
Quarterbacks, because they can only wear under 20, then that's why. It's like the lower the number, it's like a status thing, like he said.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, but Lindsay, I just think that if you're an undrafted rookie free agent, then like you can't go ask for kind of like a primo number like that. But if you're a first, second, third round pick, like
Shador's a 5th round pick.
Yes,
so he even said, I know it would be nice to have that number, but I'm not going to go in there asking for it. It's like a respect thing.
I don't understand, though. I'm lost.
I know you don't understand,
lost.
but you also don't understand that 10 is a prestigious number in soccer.
No,
But
I
that's
didn't know
just a
that.
thing.
Mike, why
It's
is
just
10 a
thing.
prestigious number in soccer?
It's a thing.
So 10. So just the best players historically, and this goes way back, right? But like what maybe you've heard of Pelé, right? The Brazilian soccer.
I've heard of Pelé. Yeah.
Or Messi. Right?
Okay, yeah.
And one thing they have in common, they both wear the number 10 shirt.
Okay.
Now, typically, it's an attacking player, sometimes a striker, sometimes like an attacking center mid, depending on the kind of the formation of the group. It's not like just a target striker, which is typically the number 9. And then the typical wing number for a guy like Cristiano Ronaldo would be a 7. So those are sort of like the archetypes of the jersey number, and you kind of follow along where if you get to a Manchester United, like David Beckham wore number 7 eventually. He didn't wear it to start, right? Because he had to sort of, to Lindsay's point, he had to prove that he was worthy of the number 7 shirt.
Okay.
But that's not how things work in the NFL.
Right. Because like if you're a quarterback and you were drafted by the Denver Broncos and you come walking through the door and you're like, hey, I'd like to wear number 7.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's John Elway's number.
Right.
But or if you go to the Miami Dolphins, you go, I'd like to be number 13, and they go, no, that's Dan Marino's number.
No.
But if you're Shedeur Sanders, I mean, who's number 2 in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Again, this is what's a thing. Like I know you don't understand, but I'm telling you that's just how it is. Like that's what people have said. It's like, oh, it looks clean, it looks cool. It's like when you go to high school, like the quarterbacks all want the lowest number because like that's what's cool. And so I guess it's earned. Maybe it's more recently since it wasn't a thing back then when you played. It's more of like a recent thing where it's like the lower your number, like the more, the better status you have.
Yeah, but
I've never heard that.
Yeah, but let's say if Shedeur. So how about this, Lindsay? Let's say that Shedeur went number 4 or whatever, like number 2, which initially there was some speculation. Then do you feel like he could take what number that he wanted, and because he didn't go until the 5th round, that he kind of had to?
I don't
play
care
the
either
humble
way.
card like that?
I'm just saying this is what people are saying. This is like a conversation that has evolved, on sports talk
there's
radio
no
and podcasts and the internet lately. I guess it's like
there's no hard rule on it, though,
There's not. I never said there was a hard rule. I said it's like a thing. Like the single digits, they say, "Oh, it looks clean." It's like a sign of prestige and that, like, respect. That's all. That's all
You
I'm
think
saying.
that the
I don't
organization?
care what number they wear.
You think that the organization told him he can't wear number 2?
He did actually. Kevin Stefanski told him that he'd have to earn it.
You want to hear the famous number 2s at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns?
It's not. No, it has nothing to do with that.
No,
Once
I
again,
understand.
it has nothing to do with
That's
that.
fine. You want to hear who the most famous number 2s
The
are?
famous number 2 is Johnny Manziel, but they're
And
not.
wait, and more.
It's not about who wore it. It's the actual number itself, Kat. Is what I'm saying. I know you don't understand it,
No,
but
it's
I'm
okay.
just telling you that.
No, it's not that big a deal at all,
Just to
Lindsay.
let-
I'm not emotional about it at all. I don't
just
really
getting
care.
mad because you're like, I don't understand.
Well,
I
it's
don't
because it's the
understand either.
dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is
but
dumb, but you know what?
here's
There's
the
a lot
thing.
of dumb things in the world.
Tim Couch and Johnny Manziel wore that number, and maybe Kevin Stefanski said to him, "We don't want you in that number because it's associated with bad quarterbacks."
Well, I mean, that's going to be a problem
Johnny
then
football.
because there's only so many numbers 1 through 19.
By the way, early timeout. Pacers down 6-0. Lindsay looking good early.
All right. Well, that's what happened in the last game, too, right? They were up huge.
By the way, DeAndre has a radio tender real quick.
Oh, give it to us, DeAndre.
Oh, we have time. Oh, okay.
Halliburton. What's Halliburton?
Okay. Give me 1 second. I have to pull it up. I didn't
Oh,
think we had
really?
time. Yeah.
You didn't
Sorry,
think so? I mean,
my bad,
there's a
my
lot
bad.
of conversation around here about numbers.
Yeah, I know, man.
Cappy, what was your number?
In college, I was number 9.
Oh, did they retire it?
No, in fact,
should.
Well, I don't know why. I mean, I didn't do
What
anything
about in the
worthy of
Jewish
retirement.
Hall of Fame, or what was it? Eastern
Yeah,
Pennsylvania?
yeah,
or
the
something?
Western Pennsylvania.
Western,
Come on,
my bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's from Pittsburgh. You know, there's a lot of great people from Pittsburgh. I don't know if you know that or not. I don't want to bring that up, but
You know, look, my father. No, go ahead, DeAndre.
All right. So I saw this morning that Bengals rookie defensive end Shamar Stewart is holding out from practice until his rookie contract is agreed to. And he quoted saying, "I just decided not to sign those papers. I hate being on the sidelines looking at everyone else doing work." So is this a bad look on him already before the season even started for him to hold out?
who's the kid?
His name is Shamar Stewart.
And he was drafted by who?
The Bengals.
Okay.
Yeah, he's deciding to hold out.
What
Because you know they have like the rookie camp and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He decided to hold
What
it
pick
out.
was he?
I'm not too sure what pick.
Was he their first round pick?
Like I said, in this tweet didn't really say much. Just said that he's holding out. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like that matters something. He was definitely a first round pick. I'm just trying to think of where the Bengals picked. Was it like in the 20s?
I will find out.
Here, I'm looking it up right now.
I'm
so
efforting.
17th. So he was 17th pick. So I mean, you know, this does happen, right, in the first round, but it's obviously not. It's not a good look, Cappy. It's not something that you're. But I think he has to be aware enough of it to be able to go out to think that it's not going to have some sort of massive negative impact on his career. So, you know, sitting out rookie minicamp due to the contract, not the best, but I think that this does happen in the NFL, so it's not something that blows my socks off.
Here's what I'd ask this young man. How many first-round draft choices are currently signed? How many guys who were drafted 2 weeks ago are currently signed? Answer, I'm going to take a guess here, 0. Of the 32 first-round draft choices that were drafted and 0 are signed, how many of them are participating in these early minicamps? Answer, probably 31 of them.
Well, their second-round pick also didn't practice Friday for the same reason.
Wow.
Is Stewart, right?
The Bengals are just such a dysfunctional.
And they're the only Bengals rookies who haven't signed their contracts, according to the Cincinnati Enquirer. So, you know, I think eventually that it gets done, Cappy, and it becomes sort of a non-story. But if it's going to happen, it goes back to sort of the point that we just argued about your status going in as a rookie. And the one thing in the NFL that organizations are definitely going to cater to the first-round picks, especially because those are the guys that have the chance to most immediately impact the team on the field. So you've got a little power when you're a first-rounder, and I think he's just exercising it like, okay.
But what difference does it make if he wasn't participate? Like,
yeah, I mean,
well, but
how much can you dispute from the contract if he wasn't participate?
I guess it's partly like it's the only leverage that you really have, I guess, at that point, right? Because once you participate,
this is now not the time to be playing leverage games. Leverage games, you know, before the start of training camp, before the start of the season. I mean, I don't know who his agent is, but this is bad advice.
No, you're out on this, huh, Cappy?
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on this one. Okay. Get in and put on your shorts and get out on the field and participate with your teammates. It's okay. We'll get you your contract.
Cappy, pro organization, anti-player.
In this case, yeah. I mean, but just look at the numbers. I mean, look what I'm saying about all the numbers, about all the other guys that are already participating that are not under contract. Now, if I'm wrong.
Look at the numbers like the jersey numbers.
Yeah, like number 2, for example.
Or number 51.
Is that available?
All right, let me do it. Let me do this. Let me talk to everybody for 1 minute here about Prize Picks because I want to tell everybody that you have an opportunity. Mike, are you planning on going to the championships? Like when the NBA actually gets to the championship round, are you planning on going?
He has his headset off.
Oh, well, I'll just assume the answer would be no.
Yes.
Thank you, Mike. But here's the thing. If you go on to Prize Picks, you download the Prize Picks app, you use my code Cappy, Kappy. When you get there, down at the bottom, you're going to see a tab that's called Promotions. When you look at that Promotions tab, you got to jump in on the Takes Two tickets to win the VIP trip to the ship. Here's how you do it. Every day when you're watching the NBA playoffs, you make a $5 play on a 3-pick flex play for NBA lineup. So you take 3 players, you say Tyrese Halliburton, more than 25.5 points. And you just start picking out guys, and you go, okay, this guy more, this guy less, this guy more rebounds and assists. Okay, great. You've made your plays. Take 3 of them, put $5 on it. You can do 5 a day, so $25 in total, and that is your entry. And then somebody, one lucky person, I don't know who it's going to be. I hope it's somebody from LA. I hope it's somebody that's in our audience. Somebody's going to win the trip to the ship. So make sure you hit that promos tab on the bottom of the app. And here's my lineup for tonight. I want to just give it to you real quick. It goes like this. Evan Mobley, more than 2.5 dunks. Tyrese Halliburton, more than 18.5 points. Nikola Jokic tonight, less than 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And SGA tonight, more than 32.5 points. Those are my plays. Good luck. Tweet me your plays. Download the Prize Picks app. Make that $5 play. Get that $50 bonus. Use our code Cappy, Kappy. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano Kap. Your Friday afternoon. Don't forget, tomorrow we're calling Little League action in Santa Fe Springs, Metro Little League at Lake Center Athletic Park. Our winner, Jason Esparza from Whittier, he won the auction for Make March Matter, Children's Hospital Los Angeles. So we'll be out there. Travis, Cappy, me, and noon at YouTube on ESPN Los Angeles. Why don't you come on out, party with us, press the flesh, and watch us annoy Travis. Right, Cappy? We might have to dump truck him. Meanwhile, on this day in 1970, the #1 hit, the Guess Who? American Woman. Sedano and Kap continues. Your Friday afternoon right now.
Yeah, that is highly likely to happen where Chris and I pull the double dump truck on Travis Rogers tomorrow. We will be at the Lake Center Athletic Park. We're going to be calling Little League play-by-play. This is all part of our Children's Hospital Los Angeles experience. And that address is 11641 Florence Avenue. It's in Santa Fe Springs. We'll all be there around 11 o'clock in the morning. And it's going to be a great day. And I really look forward to seeing a lot of people. Hey, Lindsay, by the way, the dude who won the dinner with Sedano and Kap in the Children's Hospital auction, did you ever connect with that gentleman?
No.
Okay, because remember he asked me, he's like, hey, would you please have Lindsay connect with me on LinkedIn, remember? And
yeah,
I know
I
I'm
don't
like
really
the
go
only
on
one.
LinkedIn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm the only one that uses LinkedIn. His name is Armand, and Armand has alerted me that he can't wait for us to have our dinner that night at Fleming's. Now, DeAndre, you have said you're coming, and Lindsay, you said you're coming.
Yeah,
you're
we're
invited.
crashing it.
And Michael, you are very much invited, just so you know.
Are you paying?
Michael, I don't have to pay.
Ball knowers.
Somebody else is paying.
He won the dinner as part of the Children's Hospital, the auction.
Right. You think if I was paying, I'd be inviting extra people to Fleming's? Come on.
Right.
Come on, bro.
That was
Come
what
on.
I was trying to emphasize.
Yeah, well, then, I mean, come on, Andy. Come on, Michael.
What
Michael.
day is this?
Come on, Andy. Come on, Michael. We don't have a date yet.
Oh, okay.
Mike. We don't.
Yeah.
We're flexible. You know.
All right.
But Armand Lindsay Baseball told me that he's going to stop by the Lake Center Athletic Park tomorrow and catch up on our act as we call Little League Baseball action tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Shouts
Mike,
out to you.
Yeah.
Mike,
that's
you want to
awesome.
do? Mike, you want to do sidelines tomorrow? You want to do a little sideline of
I think
Little
you
League?
guys should have Pepe there doing like commentary like he did in the All-Star
what we
Friday
do-
night.
Mm-hmm.
When Chris would be like, oh,
Ooh, gaga.
and someone hits a home run and Pepe would be like, that was a good hit.
This called titis.
So he had like very little to say, but it was good little one-liners, you know.
Okay.
Well, Cappy, I told you. Look, I'm glad that you're doing this. I have to be at my kids' Little League game tomorrow. So if you want to do a doubleheader, you know what I mean? You could,
Doubleheader?
Yeah. Well, because I know that you're trying to
Cap has
grow
plans tomorrow, so he can't in the afternoon. He has plans.
Yeah, I got to go to my girlfriend's son's senior prom. I got to be like part of the parental festivities.
Prom already? Dang.
Yeah, a lot of
Man.
proms are already over.
I know. It's crazy. This
but
year's going by
Mike-
so
Are you,
fast.
are you gonna have a hold on? Are you gonna have a message for the young man?
I'm
you know
trying
what
to
my dad's message is?
Hmm.
You break her heart, I'll break your arm.
Wow. Wow.
Kick him in the shins.
Exactly.
Yeah. What are you gonna say, Cappy? So pretend like I'm. What's this kid's name?
His name is Shane.
Okay, so pretend I'm Shane.
Do you like
man.
Shane better than Nick the Stick?
I like both of those guys. I like them both. I like
Okay,
them.
hold on.
They're,
Let me.
they're both.
All right.
Oh, you don't know Nick the Stick. That's his other daughter's boy. They're still together, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Hold on, so
Nick
this is
okay.
So this is Shane knocking on Cappy's door to get his daughter. And you
But he's
open-
not coming to get my daughter, Michael. Just so you know.
What
So
do you
he's Rachel's son, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is Rachel's son.
Okay,
He's
my
the
bad.
guy. He's the dad of
he's
the guy.
dude. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like the
I see.
stepdad kind of
So
guy.
this is-
you know what I mean?
the
So this is a
stepdad.
different type of
Ish.
message. I still want to hear it though.
Right.
Yeah. What's the message?
This is
The
a very
message
different
is
message.
the message is good luck, brother.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
It's a very different
prom
message
night.
than-
It's prom night.
yeah.
Right. For my daughter, it's like you said, break her heart, I break your arm.
Yeah.
For the son, it's like, good luck, young man. Good luck. Hey, Mike, next week I'm going to come down, because now that they call me South Bay Cap, I'm going to come down. We're going to go have dinner next week at Lido de Manhattan. Have you ever been there?
I think I might have, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
because that's one of my
years
new
ago.
best friends is the owner there.
Yeah.
Now that I'm down with all the South Bay people.
Oh, all right. Well, let me know let me know when you're in my
Yeah,
hood.
we're looking at maybe Monday, Tuesday night.
Okay.
Not sure yet.
I
Not
should be
sure yet.
around.
Okay.
Should be around.
Maybe it'll be Wednesday, and me and Chris on our way back south.
Maybe drop by after soccer practice or something.
There you
know?
go.
Yeah.
All right, listen, stick around, everybody. We knew this was going to be a very short
That
segment,
was
but
a
the
great
good
segment.
news is this. The good news is this. We're going 30 minutes commercial free at the
Hell
top
yeah.
of the 5 o'clock hour. This is Sedano and Cap. Get ready. Buckle up.
It's a long
30 minutes coming your way
It's a
next.
long time to be with
Long time. Long time.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GEAR-001292. GEAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place. For changes big and small, loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ. That's JOEQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California.
It's 5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes nonstop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing. Thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN-710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of nonstop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Bing, ba-da-bum. Bing, da-da-bum. Ding, da-da-bum. Boom, bing-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bick-a-ding, da-da-bum. Boom, bing-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bick-a-ding, da-da-bum, ba-da-bum, bick-a-ding, da-da-bum.
Would you prefer... You're kind of doing rhythm and drums and stuff. Like, are you okay with my just sort of flat lying?
I love it.
I love it. It's my favorite. I tried to replicate it, and I couldn't.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I think it's great. No, it's great.
Look, it's your show. Okay.
No. This is your
our
show.
show.
No, it's
It's
your show.
our show.
It's our show.
Cappy, I have a little bit of a more of a explanation for you on the jersey thing.
Okay.
So my friend texted me and said that that's like a thing, I guess, with high schoolers and college kids having the low numbers. And he said that the reason why everyone was up in arms, because I guess there's a lot of people up in arms that Shedeur wasn't going to be wearing number 2, his retired number, was because the Browns gave that number to a new player that was a vet.
Oh, yeah?
And so that's why when Stefanski was asked about it, he said, no, he has to earn it. So even though they gave the number to somebody else, it's because they were a vet. And so since Shedeur is a rookie, he's got to earn that number. So maybe, a season or two, or whether that number 2 is not still there, then he could ask for it.
That is awful.
That's if he's on the Cleveland Browns 2 years from now.
Oh,
Hopefully
my God.
he is.
If he makes the team.
Hopefully he does.
We'll see. We will
I mean,
see.
that one pass that he threw, his first pass as a Cleveland Brown, did not look good.
I don't know, man. I watched some Twitter video today of him at practice, and
Everyone's like freaking out already.
People are like,
It's great.
this pass is so bad.
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
How can you tell? I mean, really, from the angle that we're at, how can you really tell? I couldn't tell.
It's so funny that everyone's like so locked in on what like the 5th round, 4th quarterback on the roster is doing. I love it.
Mike, just to kind of bring it back here, Cleveland is up 25-10 right now over Indiana. 5:15 to go in the first. At least that's what I've got. You may be ahead of me. You usually you are.
DeAndre and I have already hit on our 2 of our underdogs.
Oh, really? What were they?
Max Strus over for 3s. Higher for 3s. And then
what was the number? Like 1 or 2?
Mine was, it was 1.5.
Okay.
I gotta check the other one. Hang on. Stand by.
All right, I'm still waiting. I haven't seen Evan Mobley get a dunk yet, and I haven't seen Tyrese Halliburton's got to bite into 18.5 points tonight. Mike, you like
With
that
the
play?
Halliburton.
You think Halliburton going to get his 19?
I mean, so I've been watching, while, of course, being primarily locked in on all the things that you say, Cappy, because, of course, how could you
Thanks
not?
a hell of a lot, man.
Yeah, how could you not? But, I think that, so Indiana, I think, had to survive the initial onslaught of the desperate Cavs, and I think that they'll feel like, because they're going to make a big push at home. But it's good at least to see Mobley moving well. Garland just hit a 3. Like, Garland looks okay. Hunter, I'm still a little unclear on the thumb if it's going to impact the shooting. But, India's already cut the lead to 8 just in the time that we've spent.
Yeah, because Donovan's been on the bench.
Well, and again, that should be less of a concern now that Garland is back. You would, in order for him, in theory, being able to carry the Cavs offense, at least get them into actions and get them some good looks. But I just feel like if Cleveland losing those 2 games at home, even though I still think Cleveland overall, both teams fully healthy, being the better team, it's just tough, man. Like in
okay,
the
we
Pacers,
can keep talking about how tough it is. Let's just watch the game, okay? We'll see how it plays out.
I'm just saying that you're a little mad.
It's so tough.
It's very testy.
It's so tough. It's so tough. Like, okay, well, the game's going on right now. We'll keep watching
it. You're down 0-2. It's tough. It is.
Right. Yeah, it's
what
gonna be
happens
tough
if you go down
for the
0-3?
Celtics, too.
Wow.
If they go down 0-3, then I will admit it's over.
They're making a run right now.
Oh, wow, they're making a run right now with 3:55 left in the first quarter.
Pacers at 6, man. I'm telling you, I don't know, man.
Oh,
These Pacers.
Mahomes is the best. Mahomes. Oh.
I know I'm behind, but the Pacers have gone on a 10-0 run in the last minute and a half, and they're only down by 5 now.
But all I'm saying is, man, you're playing in Indiana. Man, it's a tough place to play. Like
I don't
Trudell
listen
said.
to DeAndre because he doesn't know ball based on all of his picks.
Oh yeah, he's a non-ball knower.
That's different. It's different.
If
We're talking
was
about
so-
actual basketball. We're talking about picks that we're
well,
making.
you're predicting like what's going to happen in these games, and you never get it right.
Well, hold on. Are you saying that? Are you talking about gambling for
We're
DeAndre, or are you talking about like what's actually going to happen?
Like what's actually going to happen?
Oh, okay.
Because of our picks that we're picking.
Exactly. So as
like the other day when I was like Max Strus is he's going to hit more, whatever the higher number for threes, and he didn't bet it.
Oh,
he didn't pick it.
That's totally different.
That's not a ball knower.
Yeah.
Thing.
Thank you,
that's
Trudell.
like that's like 50-50 odds. That's like rock,
it's
paper,
like
scissors.
you look at the stats and you say, okay, well their second leading scorer isn't playing, and this guy usually hits a lot of threes when he doesn't play.
So he's not a stat knower.
That's Las
Exactly.
Vegas. That's
so
Vegas.
he's not a stat knower, but he's a ball knower.
Ball knower. No, he's not a
Exactly.
gambling knower. That's you're not beating Las Vegas. Okay, nobody's beating Vegas on picks.
I did.
Generally speaking, most people, the house always wins in Las Vegas, and if so, you should just move to Vegas. And then you could have a whole other career if you're able to
I just
beat
said
the
I know
house.
my team. I feel like I got a good feel for my team based on who's playing and who they're playing against. And also, Cappy told me today, which I did not know this, that these, the apps that we use to wager on they want you to be rooting for the higher all the time. They want you to be rooting for the more points. And so not a lot of people often pick the lower, which I said I don't like picking lower because then it's like as soon as it happens, as soon as the person reaches that number, you're like, oh man, my pick's dead. But Cap was like, that's what they want you to do. They want you to be rooting for the higher. So I did a lower one today with Jokic.
Yep. So that's the thing. So like today on Prize Picks, you either pick more or less. And with Jokic, he had that 70 point, and it wasn't points, but it was 70 total points, rebounds, and assists. Was it game 1? I think it was game 1 against Oklahoma City. And so tonight his number is 51.5, and I played lower because when you click on his face on Prize Picks, it'll tell you all of the stats that he's had over the last 5 games, how many times he's gone above 51.5 points, rebounds, and assists, and he's been under 4 of the last 5 games or less than. So, but Michael, listen to me. Don't get involved in this, okay? Because you're a professional. You're a journalist, and you're not a gambler when it comes to the games.
The smartest people in the ball knowers world, which I believe are like people like Brian Windhurst on the Hoop Collective, which I listen to every episode. He even said today, if anybody's going to tell you that they knew what was going to happen in any of these games so far, then they're lying because nobody thought that this was going to happen. So, even those guys get it wrong sometimes.
All right, listen, anybody who's watching us today on our live YouTube feed, we have something now called Lindsay's Cavs Cam. And why we've decided to go with Lindsay's Cavs Cam is because we can put Lindsay in the middle box and we can watch Lindsay watching the game. And as the game gets deeper into it, and unfortunately, we won't see the end of the game while we're still on the air, it's fun to watch her get very emotional. It's a physical, emotional reaction that she has about her team. She's wearing her Cavs hat. She's ready to go. And she's looking at this first quarter, and she's liking the lead that she's seeing right now, Mike Trudell.
Well, there's a little cottage industry here of some of the watch along type, whether it's a podcast or whatever. Somebody sent me one of a Celtics blog the other day of them watching the collapse right when the Knicks won Game 2. Yep. And so from a Schadenfreude perspective, I get it if you're a Laker fan or if you're just generally like a Celtics hater. But
DeAndre would like you to explain Schadenfreude.
I would too. I don't know what Schadenfreude means either.
Just basically it's like an old German term, but you're feeling better at somebody else's expense. Right, essentially. So, like, if you're a Laker
Schadenfreude?
fan, like it makes you feel better to see the Celtics lose, especially after the Lakers.
That's a Schadenfreude.
Yeah.
You'll have to excuse me, Mike. I don't speak German, but in this particular case, thanks for the education.
I know it. Ich komme zur Schule mit dem Moped.
So I'll give you the actual definition.
What did you just?
That means
are
I
you speaking
drive
French?
that means no, that was German. Ich komme zur Schule mit dem Moped. That means I drive my moped to school.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
So, Cappy, the actual definition is basically what I said, but pleasure derived by someone from another person's misfortune.
A schadenfreude.
Oh, that is like our show in like a nutshell.
Right. That's
So
that's
that
what
is like
Morales
all of
is.
us with each other.
See what I'm
Morales
saying?
is a
So it's like,
schadenfreude.
the Lakers lost. Like,
Yes.
this sucks. But, hey, check out this clip of Celtics fans dying because the Knicks came back to beat them, right?
Morales
So,
comes from the school of Schadenfreude.
and in this case,
Schadenfreude you.
Lindsay, a little spicy today on the cast.
Oh, she's spicy.
So
She's spicy.
if you so
because
you
you
could
act
be,
like everyone like is so sure that they're down to 0-2. They're so sure that they're not going to come
Cappy
back.
was acting like that.
Everyone is acting like that. Everyone. All the ball knowers say, "Oh, it's over. It's over."
All the non-ball
I don't
knowers,
think
apparently.
that's the case.
I
don't
do.
think that's the case, but it's hard to. Alas, if you disagree with Lindsay, you could then watch her reactions, especially in crunch time, and you would get some Schadenfreude out of that, right? And I'm not. I won't be doing that.
They love to see me Schadenfreude.
I don't wish ill will towards you, Lindsay, but it is a little harder to root
Many
for the
do.
Cavs based on how hard you're coming at Cappy.
I don't care. I know they're just doing it to troll me, and it works. So I get
No,
it.
I'm honestly, I really believe the Pacers are going to win this series.
That's my honest opinion. I
Okay,
think the
that's
Pacers are gonna
fine,
win
but
the
you're
series.
wrong, and that's what I'm saying. You're wrong.
See,
and if
she's
you
wrong.
We don't
you
know.
want to
We
disagree with
won't
me,
know.
that's great.
We
Don't
won't know
disagree
if
with
he's
her.
wrong or right
Don't
until
disagree.
after the series.
No,
Do not
you can
disagree with her.
all you want, but I just am going to tell you that I think you're wrong.
I disagree.
No, you're not
Pacers
that
in
you
six.
think
You know what?
you're
Matter
wrong.
of fact,
I
no
want
more
you-
Pacers in 6.
I want you-
Pacers in 5.
I want you to
Oh,
all root
damn.
against me.
Oh, damn.
Ball
Pacers
knowers.
in 5.
I want you guys to all root against me because I love it.
Ball knowers.
Just like LeBron, he loved it when people rooted against them, you know?
Well, Lindsay,
yeah.
I will say that before you started talking
The Pacers are
your
making a
S
run
here,
right now.
the Cavs are up by 15.
Hey, it's 4 quarters.
And the game is it's going to be tied. There's a 3 to tie it. I was like, now I can't help
Hey,
it. Now
Trudell.
I'm rooting for Indiana.
Trudell, do you remember the time that you sent me a text when the Cavs were down like 25-3
Yeah,
to
Boston.
Boston in
Yeah.
the first quarter, and you were really concerned about it and texted
I was
me about
concerned
it?
for you, not
Oh,
about the
I'm
game.
sure. I'm sure that
Yeah.
was a very concern.
No,
for
I'm not
me.
much. Cappy, I'm not much of a I don't.
You're not a
derive-
Schadenfreude.
Not really, because it working in sports and for a team. I feel like that's bad karma for me to be doing that, right?
Yeah.
So I try not to put.
Well, then you better stop.
that energy out there.
Okay.
Well, I don't know that I'm really doing anything other than
I think
saying.
you are.
Other
Yeah,
than
she's not coming at
sharing
me,
my
dog. She's coming at
opinion.
you.
I think you are.
I don't know.
What's
Cappy.
with these paint
Schadenfreuding all over
splatters,
you.
By the way, can somebody explain why they got paint splatters on their court and on their uniform?
That
That's
must
very weird.
it's bad, right? It's horrible.
It's just weird.
Indiana is stupid.
I just think it's weird. Do you think it's kind of weird looking?
I think it's Schadenfreude.
You're right. Very Schadenfreude.
Yeah. You know, Mike, I think Lindsay is like most fans. You just you get uptight when your team is down 0-2 and you're on the road and you jump out to a big lead. And then the next thing you know, the home team that has this 2-0 lead bites into it. And so, you get a little tight. But, that creates anxiety, creates stress. Like, Mike, just to give you an example, like I've had a rough day today. I don't know if
tie game.
Oh, damn. Oh, bang. Oh, yeah. 32-32
The role
at the
players
end of the
are
first
stepping
quarter.
up for the Pacers. Those role players.
Oh, Pacers in 5,
You
huh?
sound so fake when you say it. I can't even take you seriously.
Wow.
I'm just saying those role players,
Wow.
man.
You're a faker
You just sound so fake.
and a hater. Yeah.
I can tell the difference.
I don't know ball.
Wait,
Damn.
want to
Yeah,
know
you're-
the thing is, I can tell the difference when DeAndre's faking or not because I know when he has
How?
money on the line.
Wow.
His tone
Money on the line
completely
with-
changes.
Money on the line compared to it's different. I
No.
know him ball. I know ball.
No,
But
you don't know ball.
Speaking of
DeAndre
DeAndre
knows
Cappy,
ball.
I have to ask you something.
Go ahead.
He's a ball knower.
And maybe Trudell, you can help as well. DeAndre and I were talking yesterday about how there's this new movie on Netflix and it's called Forever.
It's not called Ball Knowers?
Not called Ball Knowers, not yet. That one's not
bad.
out yet.
Too bad.
And one of his friends from high school is like an extra in this movie.
Okay.
And he's kind of like, that's awesome. I want to be an extra. How do I get to do that? And so
Mm-hmm.
I told him that they also often post on like Craigslist and Facebook groups. And then there's like a website called like Backstage.
Really?
But like I said, yeah, you can like get some extra money. You can make that a side hustle, being an extra.
Oh,
But
yeah. DeAndre, you don't want to be an extra. Let me tell you
he
what. let
really
me-
does.
No, but you don't. No, here's why. I'm going to explain why you don't want to be an extra. Because an extra is on the set for hours and hours and hours, gets paid very little money, gets absolutely no respect or appreciation, more often than not gets cut out, and you're like, what? I was here all day, and they wound up not even doing the scene. dude, you don't want to be an extra. Now, if you want to be a star, if you want to be a leading man,
wants to be a star wrestler.
That's a different deal. 245 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal, that's a star.
Yeah.
You're an action-adventure star. You're not somebody's extra. You understand?
No, I hear you.
It's a good way to get your foot in the door, isn't it?
Yeah, I just want to be, I want to have like a small little part in the movie. I was thinking, the movie I grew up, I love watching growing up was Good Burger. So I was like, me being behind the scenes in the cash register or something like that, like, that'd be cool. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
Okay.
I looked. What's the name of
look.
that show? What's the name of the show that's on Netflix that's about Genie Bus? What's it? Running Point.
Yes.
Right? Running Point. Like when I see
Isn't
Rich
Ireland
Eisen.
in that show?
His voice is in the show.
Oh, just his voice.
But when I see Rich
Ireland's great
Eisen.
in that show.
Right. When I see Rich in that show, Rich Eisen, and he's like the snarky sort of commentator guy, I'm like, God, I would love to do that. But Rich Eisen is a much, I'm a nobody, and he's a famous guy. But on the
you're
other
not a
hand,
nobody. I mean, you're in the Western Pennsylvania Jewish Hall of Fame, first of all.
Jewish Sports Hall of Fame.
Jewish Sports Hall of Fame.
I mean, let's make that distinction. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
And you're a very well-known Southern California voice on the radio.
All right, but in comparison,
well-known.
thank you. That's really sweet of you. But in comparison to Rich Eisen, he's a big celebrity. He's on
Yeah.
NFL Network. He's been on ESPN, and he's got a
more
national
A-list
show.
if you're B, yeah.
Right. And so Rich is snarky Rich in that show. But they have like a guy who's a podcaster, who's an actor, who's like the even more outrageous know-it-all, say anything. And I'm like, I could play that role, no problem. So you see, DeAndre, being an extra is one thing, but having a speaking role is a whole other deal. I need an agent. Who's my agent?
Well, who says I want to have like a speaking role? I just want to, just a
Just
small
want to be in the
part.
background?
Just a small part. And I'm like, oh, damn, look, DeAndre's in that show or that movie. Like, I don't know, that'd be cool.
All right, I'm with you. I
And then obviously just build up towards that. You know what I mean? I get a little comfortable in the movie or the scene that I'm in.
So if anyone knows any way that, anyone looking for extras for movies,
call DeAndre.
Yeah,
But if you
let
need
us
a
know.
leading man, I'm your guy.
DeAndre, let me ask you this. Let's say that happened, right? And you were in one of these scenes, and you're just kind of like the dude behind you're just kind of there. Would you be clipping the scene and sending it out on Snapchat or whatever apps that you're on? Or like
okay, I do use Snapchat, but I don't use it to post stuff. I send it.
Okay.
I have like a little friend group that I send stuff to and all that. So it's not that I'm not posting it publicly for everyone.
No,
so.
but No, just sliding in is what I'm saying.
Just
Just
sliding
would
in,
you-
like, hey, look
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So Cappy, this is DeAndre's just looking for a little ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For
Now here's my suggestion though. You're a personality now on the
right,
air in
right,
Los Angeles.
right.
You're being videoed right now.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. You're an extra right now.
Like clip that.
Right.
And this, why'd you slide? Who needs to be some dude standing in the background? You're letting your personality out now. You're a ball knower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, at least according to everybody
ball
other than
knowers.
Lindsay.
You're
Right.
a
Lindsay
ball-
says you're not a ball knower.
I just said sometimes he's not always the
Well,
best
clearly right
ball
now
knower.
he's not a ball
You
knower.
can even
Right.
take this clip, DeAndre. You are a ball knower. I'm pointing at you. Ball You're looking at it, knowers. and you could send that. Now, maybe you'd prefer it if Cappy said it, right? Cappy's been in this; it's his show, right? Cappy and or if Sedano said, but like
It's our
that
show.
that right there, you could send that on Snapchat to one of your,
You're
to
right.
somebody that you're trying to.
Right, but can you imagine me like in like a heist, and I'm like behind the desk or something like that. I have the jewelry and stuff.
But no, Cappy, to me, it's more impressive of you being you. You being the love machine, DeAndre, right now, you speaking, than just seeing you in some movie. I mean, be like, okay, congrats,
Right.
but you're
I'm with you,
standing in the
Mike.
background.
I'm
Cappy,
with
am
you.
I wrong?
Like this
No,
is
you're right.
Like this is totally different, but like obviously the thing that's trending right now is Stephen A. Smith appearing on Law and Order.
Okay.
Like that would be pretty cool. Like just doing something like that. I mean, obviously it's his role, and he's played in a lot of different shows and stuff like that.
Let me tell you, did you guys see Stephen A. Smith in Law and Order? It was super cool. He's like, I want to talk to you like a father. That's right. That's right. Right now, I want to talk to this brother. He's a father. Yeah, it was exactly his lines. It was amazing.
I didn't.
Those
see
were
that.
not his lines?
I didn't. No,
you guys
I didn't see it.
must have. You guys must have
Wait,
missed
so
that.
you guys have never you never grew up thinking like, man, that would be cool if I
Yes,
was playing
dude,
that movie.
yes.
Or,
No,
like,
I
I'd be
think
cool
we all-
playing
yeah.
that
Yes.
show.
Well,
DeAndre, you know the number of movies where like there are media personalities in the movie? Like, for example, they're like, hey, in the movie there's a press conference. And instead of like going out and getting actors, they actually get real media members.
Like Ramona, she's in Clipped.
Yeah, like I would love to do that, dude. Would love to do that.
Well, to me, so there's that, but then there's also you're just growing up and you're watching. So, Cappy, like, who was your favorite band when you were growing up?
Let's go with Pearl Jam.
All right, so you're watching Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah.
They come up on MTV,
Right.
maybe it's unplugged, and so little Cappy or like high school Cappy or whatever is or college Cappy. He's watching and he's just imagining what if he were only in that, like, if he only had the guitar, right? And if what's the lead singer? Cappy?
Eddie Vedder.
Okay, so he's Eddie Vedder, and he's
Right.
up there, and so Cappy's
he's imagining head on a pillow made of concrete.
Exactly. So we all do that, or you're watching sports, right? And you're like, and for me, it might be I'd want it to be Michael Jordan, but it's probably more likely to be like Mark Price, right? Like smaller white point guard. Okay, so I'm watching him, I'm like, man, imagine if I were in that spot, or watching a movie. So yes, we all do that for sure. But you have already ascended to the point where your voice, you are speaking out there. People are listening to you, what you have done and what you have built. That to me is more and is bigger than sort of just being like an actor on a soap opera or whatever. Oh, look at this clip that I'm in.
Ooh.
Like, nah, then you're just playing somebody else. No, you're you. That's more important.
Yeah,
It's more
you are you.
He just inspired me right now. You guys just inspired me right now.
Yeah, we are. I mean, listen, we tried to inspire you to become an NFL player. We've tried to inspire you to become a pro wrestler. Now we're trying to inspire you to become a leading man, not some backup role. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Well, no, that's what you're trying to get him to be a leading man. I'm trying to have him be himself.
Well,
right
he
now
is a leading
on the
man.
air.
Right here, right now, he's a leading man.
There you go.
Hey, and by the way, shout out to my boy Jimmy G, who sent me a text who just
Jimmy
said to me,
Garoppolo?
no, not Jimmy Garoppolo,
Okay.
Jimmy Guidos, who said to me, he goes, hey, Cap, you are somebody, and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. Be nice to yourself. My B,
I
not
always tell
bad,
you that.
y'all.
You never listen to me when I say that.
No, I listen to you all the time. Yes, I do.
I'm a leave-in.
So I had kind of an interesting day today, which has turned me into a little bit of a testy guy. Like Lindsay's a little testy today because her team is tied right now, 34-all with 11:05
Ty
to go.
Jerome has turned into the same thing that Jackson Hayes did in the playoffs.
Hey, I tried to warn you about Ty
Unplayable.
Jerome.
Jackson Hayes is awesome.
Unplayable.
Jackson Hayes is great.
He's a regular season player.
You're right. Unplayable.
We'll
Anyway,
never
carry on.
know what Jackson Hayes could have
I'm
been
not
in
a ball
Game
knower.
5.
I'm not a ball knower, though.
Nope.
No, you don't know nothing about no ball. But Mike, I had a rough day today, Mike. I really did. I had a rough day, and usually, like
Was this before or after you kind of misidentified if my dad was alive?
this was before,
Okay, before.
but your dad has contributed to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Start at the beginning, Cappy.
So here's what happened today. First things first. So I had this water machine in my house, right? A Culligan water machine. It's got one of these big 5-gallon things. You know what I mean? I like to have a water machine, and the water machine freaking broke, dude. It broke, and they told me, they go, well, we can't get one back to you until like Friday. This is Monday. I haven't had my favorite water machine all week long.
Okay,
So
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. I mean, it's changed my life. I'm dehydrated as a result. And I called them, and I called them this morning. I go, yeah, I'm supposed to have a delivery. And I gave the guy my phone number, and he got my area code wrong. Then I gave him my address, and he couldn't get my address right. Like, this went on for like 10 minutes. The guy just could not get any details. I was on the phone with these people today for 30 minutes until the guy finally came back and said, oh, we'll have it to you today afternoon. I said, you mean like after 12 noon? He said, yes, sometime after 12 noon, we will bring you this new water machine. Can you narrow it down 2 to 4, 3 to 5, 4 to 6? So I was wide open. But I was already annoyed, right? Because it's 30 minutes on the phone just to get an answer, which was very vague.
Cappy, can I just interject for one second?
Yeah, please, because it goes on, man. That's the problem.
I was expecting this to be a little worse than what it's been so
Well,
far.
wait a second. Let me tell you what happens next.
All right,
So-
I just want to get I want to get that on the record.
Yep.
Not as bad as I thought so far, but keep going.
Not so bad, right? All right, big deal, a little inconvenience, no big deal. No problem, right? At 9:40 a.m. this morning, I walked into a Verizon store because my phone broke.
Uh-oh.
And I went to Verizon last Friday because I had a day off because I needed to get some things done in my real life.
Was that when I covered for you?
It was.
Okay, you're welcome.
And Verizon a week ago said, we're going to send you a new phone. Well, today it's a week later. I still don't have the new phone. So I go walking in at 9:40.
So what are you texting me on today?
My phone. When I say it broke, it's still operational, but like the cell service will go off, and then all of a sudden for hours I won't even know that I don't have cell service. And then the button on the side, the power button, it broke. So like if I want to use it at like to pay for something, you have to double click. You can't double click.
Is it geolocating like DeMarco's phone?
I don't know what the hell's going on. But Mike, I go into Verizon at 9:40 in the morning. I walk up. I'm like, I don't even know if they're open, but the door's open. So I open the door. Now, if the door is open, can I ask you guys all a question? If the door is open, is the store open?
Well, typically.
It should be, yes.
If the door opens and you're able to walk through the door.
This is after 9 a.m.?
9:40 a.m. exactly. 9:40.
You would presume that it would be open.
I walk in. There's nobody in there. There's no customers. There's nobody working. I'm literally in the Verizon store by myself.
So what'd you steal?
So funny you say that. I'm like, can I steal anything? Like, what could I actually take? And I look around, I'm like, I can't take anything. I don't have it in me. But I'm walking around going, hello? Is anybody here? Hello?
Hello.
Finally, some lady walks out from the back. She goes, sir, we're not open. I said, well, the door was open. She said, but we're not open until 10. The system doesn't start until 10. You can't be in here. But the door was open.
Get out of the store, Cappy.
Right. But she's standing like 20 feet from me, like as if
get out.
I present some danger. You know?
How does she know that you don't present danger?
Great question. So glad you
know
asked.
what I mean?
So glad you asked that question. You know what happened? I said to her,
Did you have your kicking foot out?
I did not, because that would gross her out.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
What did you have sandals on and she saw your nasty foot?
No, but you're going to love the answer. You ready for this? How does she know that I don't pose a threat, right? Hey, June. I called her by her first name. Hey, June, it's me, Scott. I go, you helped me last Friday. Remember? You helped me, and then you got me my phone ordered. Remember? She goes, yeah, I remember. She goes, but the store is closed. You can't be in here. I go, but the door was open. She goes, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you until 10 o'clock. The store is closed.
Cappy,
I can't talk to you until 10 o'clock.
Wait.
How could it possibly get worse?
This is ridiculous. Do you agree or not disagree?
No, I was being a little sarcastic there.
Okay. So now here's her coworker comes walking in, this guy, and he opens the door and he goes, sir, you can't be in here. I go, but the door was open. He said, but you can't be in here. We don't open till 10. I said, I understand. I said, all I did was walk through the door that was open, and I just said to the woman who helped me a week ago that the phone that she ordered for me never came. Can I please? They were, honestly, I'm not joking when I tell you, they treated me like I was some major security threat.
Well, that's why I asked if your foot was out.
My foot was not out.
Okay.
I walk out the door.
Yep.
I leave Verizon.
Do you wait? So are you going to go in your car? With
No, I'm not going in my car. I'm not waiting 20 minutes. No.
Okay.
The door was open, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with you. But then they told you to get out, so you're out. So now you're so you've already wasted some time on the phone. Now you've wasted some time at the store. So
and I was treated as if I was stealing stuff. You know what I mean? Like the way they kicked me out, they were like, you can't be in here, sir.
Disrespected.
So especially because I talked to these same people the week before. So now I leave.
Okay.
What are you laughing at? What are you giggling?
You always are having some sort of technology issue, man.
Well, then
the way that you set this up, DeAndre, I was like, I thought that death might be involved.
No, I'm just saying I had a rough
what
day.
I mean?
I just had a rough day. Then I leave the Verizon store, and I'm taking my son, Mike, who's about to have a birthday, and I'm taking him to my favorite sunglass store, okay? And my favorite sunglass store, we walk up, and the door is locked, because guess what? They're closed. But you know what time they say they open, Mike?
I'm going to guess 10 a.m.
10 a.m. You know what? Guess what time it was?
10:20 a.m.
10:01. And the door is locked. So now I go, we'll call. Maybe they're in the back. We call. The phone is ringing. We can hear the phone ringing outside. Can't get into the store. Nobody's there.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about striking out. I'm 0 for 3. But I said to my son, don't worry about it. We'll kill some time because we're going to go down to this hardware store right down the road here, and I'm going to have some new keys made.
Well, Verizon was open by that point.
They were, but I wasn't going back.
Okay. Well,
I'm walking down the street, right? And this guy is standing in a public street, totally exposed for everybody to see, and he's taking a leak right there on the street.
Okay.
I'm going, bro, what's going on here? There's a million places if you got to take a leak to go hide. You don't got to take the leak right here on the street. My son goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm taking a picture of this guy. Is that wrong?
I mean,
why?
Why don't you just move on with your date, man?
Because at this point, I was
you took
pissed.
a picture of a guy peeing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible, Cap. You can't do that. That's weird.
That's
creepy. What's worse? What's worse, the guy taking the picture or the guy doing the peeing?
Guy taking a picture.
Mind your business.
That's weird.
Mind your business, Cap. What if you know?
Doing?
You gotta go. You gotta go. You would do the same thing. And you'd be the one on the other hand saying, can you believe this? I had to pee and this guy was taking a picture of me. You would lose your mind.
What are you, Cappy, what?
Well, wait, it gets
doing,
worse, Mike.
man?
It gets worse.
Jeez.
Mike, it gets worse. So I go to this hardware store to get keys made. Guess what? The hardware store is permanently closed. Doesn't exist anymore. So you know what happens, Mike? Mike, you know what happens? I get home. I get home and the Verizon, not the woman who I talked to, the boss calls me. The guy from the Verizon store calls me. I go, yeah, hey, listen, man. I go, I was in a week ago. I ordered a new phone because my phone is broken. Never showed up. He goes like this to me. He goes, well, I'm looking at the tracking. It was delivered on Tuesday. I go, I don't know, man. I don't have it. He goes, oh, wait, I'm looking. They didn't actually drop it because no one was home to sign for it, so they took it back. I'm like, wait a second. You guys just couldn't leave it at the door? No, we took it back. Does anybody call me? Is anybody going to communicate with me? Is anybody going to let me know that the phone was returned to the sender? Nothing. I mean, it's been a rough day for me, Michael.
Do you want me to be honest with you?
You should tell us about Avner Gatt. That's what you should do because he'll make your day better.
You're probably right.
I mean, if your goal there was to just eat up 6 minutes of radio,
it worked.
You sure nailed that.
Yeah.
Now but I'm just dumbstruck by how underwhelming it
story was. Yes.
Oh, don't you guys see how
was
annoying
was
that
there?
is?
Is there like a come up? Yes. What's
the punchline? There's no. Listen, I'm having a rough day. That's all I'm saying.
It's not really that rough.
It's pretty rough.
Now, if you came home and like your house was burned down, we'd be like, "Oh my God, this is what a crazy story!" All that, then your house.
Watch
burned
this
down?
though. Watch this, Lindsay. Hey, if that happened to you, or maybe
if a store was closed.
No, not a store being closed.
And then a guy was peeing, and you took your phone.
Sounds like a regular day in L.A.
And did you show Rachel the guy that was peeing? Like, what are you doing with it?
I haven't shown her the picture yet.
I want to know what was your purpose?
Did you delete the picture? Like, is the picture? Are there private parts on the picture?
No, this is from behind.
So you
well, but what if you zoomed in?
Never mind.
All right, Cappy.
I mean, come on, man.
Tell us about Avner Gatt, Cappy.
Waste my time about my water machine. Kick me out of the Verizon store like I'm some criminal. Don't open the store when you're supposed to be open. Hardware store is permanently closed. Guy's peeing on the street. Guy takes my phone and returns it. Doesn't bring it back. It's a rough day for me, Mike.
I'm speechless.
The point. I just really know like the real point of this story
is I need
listen.
The
point
of the story is, let me tell you the point of the story. If you want to live a long, happy, healthy life, you have to have friends and relationships that you can talk to and vent to. Okay?
I love it.
There was a new study recently. Lindsay and I were having this conversation before the show. There's a new study that people who live longer, healthier lives are people who have friends and relationships where you can actually talk to people and get things off your chest. You guys were supposed to be that for me today, and you really let me down.
How many years have you been doing radio? Like
30 years.
Okay,
that's right.
So you've been speaking live about all of your problems and whatever for 30 years.
Right.
But you needed us today.
Correct.
To hear you out.
Yes, sir.
No, very few people in the world have spoken more words.
Thank you.
Than you have. So you must be very healthy mentally.
Yes, I must be.
That's
and now I'm going to tell you this. Hey, if your home is flooded and the damage is severe, let me tell you something right now. You know how those Verizon people treated me like a criminal? Let me tell you that when your insurance company is turning on you and they won't approve your replacement living arrangement and the adjuster just ghosts you.
Hello.
You take a breath, and that's exactly right. You call Avner Gatt, and Avner's going to answer that phone, and he's going to say hello. Avner Gatt is one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms, and let me tell you that Avner knows that he knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like you're the criminal, like Verizon made me feel today, like a freaking criminal. The door was open. I walked through the door. What was the big deal? I didn't pose any threat, but let me tell you something. When your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you no home of getting back into your home and getting it all together, that's when you call Avner Gatt because he's got decades of experience. He's got a passion for helping people, and Avner and his family, they take the calls themselves. So if you've got a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256, or visit them online at avnergatt.com. That's AVNERGAT, avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers the phone. Bring, hello. You're going to know it's Avner. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game. Big deal or no deal, next.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
And it is Sedano and Kap, your Friday afternoon. Big deal or no deal in just a moment. Tomorrow, May 10th, is the 80th birthday of Chris Berman. Sid Vicious, we lost him in 1979. Tomorrow's his birthday. And tomorrow is the 58th birthday of Young MC. Busted. Sedano and Kap continues your Friday afternoon right now.
Wow, Chris Berman, back. I had no idea Chris Berman was 80 years old.
Kind of sounded like a chicken clucking there.
He hit that one to Century City. He hit that one to Manhattan Beach.
You know, I'm glad that we have an upbeat song here after Cappy went on the 8-minute soliloquy about his day.
Mm-hmm.
And I just hope, Cappy, that you're in a better place now.
I mean, you have no idea. You have no idea how much better I feel.
Okay. So, I was a little worried with how, crosstalk went. When it seemed like you were just a little,
I was testy. Yeah, that's what I was saying to you.
And Sedano was kind of barking at you a little bit.
Yeah, called me a jerk face.
George had espresso today for sure.
Yeah.
Like you could tell.
Yeah, he called me a jerk face.
And yesterday.
And I was like, wow, and now I've got 3 hours with this guy. Now,
this freaking guy.
I think that you like me and everything like that.
I do. I love you. I adore you.
And I'm happy to hear that. And so now I'm just hoping. I was hoping that by the end of this show,
Mm-hmm.
you would be in a better place than starting it.
Yep,
and
I am.
Okay, and I'm happy to hear that, Cap.
I just am looking in the circle of trust, and people are asking these questions like, why does Kaplan's Day always involve so much drama and stress? I know it sucks, man. I know it does. It does. Lindsay, you must be happy. Your Cavs have taken a commanding lead here over the Pacers now.
Mm-hmm.
Antoine, hey, we've seen this story already.
Oh,
it's called Game 2.
Oh, you almost just had your dunk there, Cap.
Oh, man, I need a couple of dunks here by Mobley.
Never mind. It would have been a Jared Allen dunk. Okay, so really quick for a big
deal or no deal.
Let's get to it. We don't have a lot of time. And we had brought this up in our conversation earlier, Cappy. So we know that Jim Harbaugh, obviously, he is an NFL coach now for Cappy's favorite team in the whole entire world.
Mm-hmm. The Raiders? The Rams?
The worm has turned!
For the Chargers.
Rams. Let's go Rams.
However, back when he was still coaching at Michigan, he was involved in this sign-stealing scandal that now their new head coach, Sharon Moore, has imposed what do they call it again? Self-imposed suspension on himself for the scandal. And Urban Meyer was asked about this recently on his podcast, The Triple Option, and he thinks that Jim Harbaugh should be banned for life from coaching college football. Never be allowed to return because the sign-stealing scandal, and then for them to go on and win a national championship that year, he just thinks that he should be banned. So I wanted to ask you guys, also the fact that he lied to the NCAA about it. That's like the main thing he was harping on, the fact that he lied to them. Do you think that this is a big deal or no deal? Or do you think he should be banned from college football?
Well, I don't think Jim Harbaugh is ever going back to college football.
You don't know that. You don't know that, Cap, because 10 years from now, he could be down and out, ready to make a comeback with whatever team, It happens all the time.
You're exactly right. I don't know that. I'm just giving you an opinion, which is I don't think Jim Harbaugh is ever going back to college football. Now, I may be proven wrong, but oh well.
Should he be allowed to be?
Well, let me ask you this. Have there been other guys who have gotten themselves into unattractive situations and gone back to coaching?
Yes, very much so.
So, listen, this whole sign-stealing scandal, did the NFL kick Bill Belichick out of the NFL? They go, hey, listen, you'll never coach again for us because you cheated.
Well,
no, they brushed it under the rug and moved on.
You're right. But he emphasized, if you lie as a coach to the NCAA, you should be done. You should be finished. He said that's not sending a text message. It's not going to lunch with someone you're not supposed to have lunch with. You literally lied to the NCAA when they were investigating. So he thinks that's the end-all, be-all.
I just think Urban Meyer, this is just, I find Urban Meyer to be one of the least likable personalities in sports broadcasting now that he works. At least I think he still works over at Fox. I'm not really sure. But Urban Meyer is a guy who has a reputation for physically assaulting an NFL player. When he took over the Jacksonville Jaguars, he walked up to a player who was stretching and kicked him on the ground. And when the guy said, don't touch me, he was like, I'm the coach. I'll do whatever I want. Urban Meyer's a jerk.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go heavy on the side of Harbaugh here. First of all, we don't know for sure. Just because Urban Meyer says
thank the Lord. Thank Coach Harbaugh.
I'm not taking his word for it, Cappy. And I think Harbaugh is probably out in the field enjoying watching all of the new Chargers rookies get to know him and the team and looking forward to the next season. So he probably would laugh this off. But I think it's a little strange to say that somebody should be banned forever.
How about a guy who was an Ohio State coach saying that about a guy who was a Michigan coach?
Well, that too. And, in Urban, he didn't have a perfect record exactly of things going on at Ohio State. So I do want to say I love Rob Stone, though. He's the host of that podcast, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I don't know who he is.
Yeah, Rob Stone.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I think you recognize him because he's the host of the college football on Fox.
Oh, yeah?
Right? Yeah. And then he does a lot of the U.S. men's and U.S. women's national team stuff for soccer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Does a great job. But yeah, anti-Meyer, pro Harbaugh here. It sounds like we're together on this one.
Yeah, I'm pro Harbaugh. I'm not pro Charger. I'm just pro Harbaugh. Got to make that distinction.
We know that.
Fight on me, man.
Could the Chargers ever come back for you?
No, they cannot.
It's dead.
Who's got it better than us?
Okay.
No, now Harbaugh, I'll be a Harbaugh fan again, no doubt about it. But I can't be a Harbaugh Charger fan.
Great win!
I'm pro Harbaugh.
All right, so one more really quickly here. Manny Pacquiao announced today that he is going to end his 4-year retirement and he's going to face Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight belt in July. So I don't know enough about boxing, and this is probably something we could ask Beto about next time, he's in. But, I guess the fact that, Manny Pacquiao's, one of these old guys getting back in the ring again, is this a big deal or no deal?
How old is he?
I believe he's 46.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
46.
46, and he's fighting for a title?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, it's a big deal. I mean, look, we were just talking to Jim Lampley yesterday about when George Foreman at 45 years old knocked out Michael Moorer. Michael Moorer was the first heavyweight champion who was a southpaw.
Yes, I wish we would have known this yesterday and could have asked him about it.
Because Jim would have had a lot to say. Because
Yeah.
Jim called a lot of those Manny Pacquiao fights. By the way, tomorrow, Jim Lampley at the Wildcard Boxing Gym in Hollywood. He's with Freddie Roach. 2 o'clock, book signing and autographs, and he'll tell great stories. So if you are a Jim Lampley fan, that's where you should be tomorrow, the Wildcard Boxing Gym in Hollywood.
Cap, we should have him on before this fight and ask him about it because it's going to happen in June
Oh,
or
he would
July,
love to.
July 19th.
He'd love to talk to us about it. What do you think, Mike?
I don't love seeing the older kind of fighters come back because it's one thing to have. It's one thing to be like a retired soccer player, and this happens in England a lot, where Manchester United will have a Legends game, and so they'll have the 46-year-old David Beckham or whatever come back, but they're playing soccer. They're not really moving full speed,
Right, and it's not a contact sport like that.
And like somebody, but still, somebody may tear their ACL or something, so you may have some injuries, but it's different to me in boxing when your brain's already been through a bunch of stuff and you're getting hit in the head again at that age. So there's something about that I struggle with in terms of like a competitive sport when you're putting your body on the line that many years after you've done it, and even if you've made this great life for yourself like Pacquiao has, right, with all of his career earnings. So I don't love that element of it, Cappy. Maybe that makes me a little soft. But
No, I agree with you.
That part concerns me.
It's kind of like sad. So I guess the fact that he's even allowed to have a title fight, having not competed in 4 years, and the last time that he won was 2019 against Keith Thurman, and his most recent win by knockout was in 2018. I guess that there's a rule in the WBC, the World Boxing Championship, that allows a former champion to request a title fight upon returning from retirement.
WBC's World Boxing Council.
Okay, so I was close.
Yeah, you were close. I mean, you knew the championship started with
I know
C.
it was something like, but I know that that's like that's the big, most important boxing, sanctioned, whatever you want to call it, that there is. what do you call it? An organization?
You got a few of them. Then they're all pretty much equal. I mean,
Right.
the WBC, the WBA,
That's a big deal.
the IBF.
It's not like it's
yeah.
like a random, like these random fights that they do for even like sometimes UFC or even like the Logan Paul stuff. None of that is really like real sanctioned events.
Yeah, and here's the thing, what would be tougher at 46, taking a bunch of blows to the head or walking into a Verizon store and having to stand there for 5 minutes?
No, not just stand there for 5 minutes. Have the Verizon
out.
people tell you that you're like a criminal.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Physically removed by the police.
Right, exactly. I mean, I thought they were going to call the cops on me. I'm like, the door was open.
You shouldn't have shown them your nasty foot.
Cap,
the door was open.
When we tell the story back to George on Monday, can you tell him that you got arrested or that they physically removed you from the store and you almost got arrested? Because that makes it way more interesting.
That'll make it juicier.
Yeah.
Well, if George may be tuning in right now.
No, he's not. No, he's doing some interviews.
He might be.
No, because he could have an AirPod in, right? He just got finished with Adelman. He's at the pregame, whatever, and he's like, I wonder what's going on with Cappy. And if he sat through and listened to that 6 to 8 minutes, whatever it was,
no chance.
Well, but if
Disagree.
not,
Very
then
compelling.
I would like Cappy to do the same thing on Monday and take him through the whole thing and just see how he reacted, because I thought I was pretty patient. Like, I did check him a couple times to be like, wait, was it really that bad? But I thought I did sit here and listen to the whole thing. And I just wonder, how do you think George can make it past like?
No, he's not even getting.
George would easily take the full 6 minutes of it.
You think
because
so?
He'd be on his phone. He'd be texting somebody in the NBA
about the sources.
Right. He in the middle of it all.
He'd
be booking a flight,
doing his travel expenses.
He'd be ecstatic, Mike, that I was doing all the talking so that he could do right. Hey, I'm working on my travel expenses over here.
And then he would go at the end. He would go, well, Cappy, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you see George check out, everybody just busts him on YouTube. They're like, he's not even watching. He's not even paying attention.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a long-term relationship.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Hey, let me ask everybody a quick question before we hit this break. When we come back, we'll have the real deal. Okay, the dealer's choice real deal. People in the YouTube chat are asking to bang calls. Could we bang a couple of calls to finish the week?
We don't have time, Cap.
No time for banging calls?
I don't think so.
Let's find out what happens. Coming up, the real deal, dealer's choice. Stick around. This is Sedano and Kap on 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Mother's Day is almost here, and I've been thinking a lot about all the times my mom went out of her way just to make me happy. Honestly, I've lost count. All of the pickups from practice, help with the homework, the home-cooked meals. My mom is the best. That's why this year I'm returning the favor with the bouquet from the Books Company. And I got you 25% off of your order so you can send some happiness to your moms, too. Books aren't just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they're bigger, brighter, and last way longer. Some are even grown on the side of a volcano. Wow mom with a bright, happy bouquet, or go for the Books Flower subscription so she can get fresh blooms and major joy on repeat. It's also really easy. I pick my bouquet, delivery date, and done. And with 25% off, why stop with mom? Grab some for your wife, your auntie, and even grandma too. Mother's Day is May 11th, so hurry and order your Books now. Go to Books.com, use promo code CANTY to get 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installations with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
And it is Sedano and Cappy, your Friday afternoon final segment. That's our final segment music. Be sure to join Cappy, me, Travis Rogers tomorrow in Santa Fe Springs as we call Little League action at Lake Center Athletic Park in Santa Fe Springs. The Metro Little League. Congrats to our winner, Jason Esparza of Whittier. He won the auction for us to do his son's baseball game on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, part of Children's Hospital LA and our Make March Matter campaign. We'll see you tomorrow. And watch us, would you? YouTube at noon at ESPN Los Angeles. Right now, though, final segment, Sedano and Cap, your Friday afternoon right now.
Nicely done, Christopher. Yeah, tomorrow will be a lot of fun, so make sure you stay with us, and we'll have it all over YouTube. Like right now, we've got Lindsay's Cav Cam on YouTube. covering up my face, but nobody needs to see that.
Nice close to the half by the Cavs.
Yeah,
of course
Cavs.
they won't rest easy even with like 5 minutes left in the game.
Come on, Cavs! Again, we've seen the same story in Game 2. Again, we've seen the same story.
But DeAndre, I am slightly persuaded by watching Cleveland look more like themselves in that first half.
Cleveland, this is for you.
So, it's in play. Still liking the Pacers overall, but Cleveland's in play. No longer dismissing.
I don't know.
I mean, I thought Indiana had
You
made
don't
this
have to know,
dramatic
DeAndre,
comeback. Well,
'cause
he
you'll
don't know.
know.
He don't know. He don't know.
You know what they
nothing
say,
about no ball.
DeAndre, in Cleveland? Hashtag
Cappy,
let them know.
Cappy, what are you getting into this weekend, man?
Well, I want to tell you, it's the Dealer's Choice Real Deal brought to you by Seller's Advantage. Want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy it with an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or go to sellersadvantage.com. So funny you ask that, Mike, because that's what I wanted. And, Mike, unfortunately, we're on the air, so I have to ask you this live.
Okay.
Is your mom still...
My mom is still with us.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Yeah, shout out to Cindy.
Good thing you checked.
Yes.
Yeah, want to send a shout-out to all the moms out there for Mother's Day. So, Mike, any Mother's Day plans for mom or your wife?
Well, here's the thing. I asked my wife if she wanted to do brunch, like Mother's Day brunch, which we've done in the past. And, the issue is that we've got 3 lovely young boys, but, little on the active side, okay? So, like, when you go out to brunch with the boys, you're not necessarily just sitting there, sipping champagne, eating all of the food and relaxing. It's like, one of them runs over there, and then 2 of them are pushing something over, and then all of a sudden, like, a glass breaks. And so it's a lot, right? It's not necessarily a super relaxing type thing. So she was a little uncertain as if she wanted to do brunch. There's this great place on the beach. Like, they don't really do reservations, but I was going to get up early, put the name in, then go pick them up, right, to make sure that we got in okay. So that's where it starts. And the fact that she told me that, what do you think she's trying to tell me, Cappy? Like, is she saying no?
No, she's saying, you watch the boys, give me the day off. That's what she wants for Mother's Day.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thank you, Mike Trudell. Great job, Lindsay. Good luck to your Cavs. Awesome work this week, DeAndre. We'll see you guys all Monday, or maybe we'll see you tomorrow for a little Little League. Until then, peace out, everybody.
See ya.